Good morning everybody and welcome to day 4 of Scottish National Age Groups. Sorry Stuart, I'm coming out the loudspeaker at the moment, if that could be adjusted.
Just going.
Okay, so this is session 10 of 15 throughout the 5 days. We've had a fantastic few days of swimming so far. Looking forward to another exciting day of action this morning. It's Stuart Stevenson here, welcoming you to live stream along with Robert Taylor, my colleague here, and on the screen there you can see the events that are coming up. This morning it is the 15 to 18 age categories that will be in the events this morning. So welcome Robert.
Unfortunately I don't know if you can hear me coming through okay. Good to be with you Stuart for the session this morning. This is session 10 I think.
Yep.
So you can see that's a fairly busy schedule. We have an 800 free for the girls. That will be a heat declared event. All the other events other than the relays at the end, swims for finals this evening, top 10 in all the age groups. Stuart, 15, 16 and 17, 18 all qualify for this evening's finals, and we had some great finals last night. Dead heats for first place again last night. Great to see dead heats for I think silver medal as well. So that's this evening's session, this morning's session. Just give you an update on points after day 3. The top 10 in reverse order. In 10th is Dumfries with 170, Geary 192, University of Aberdeen Performance 194. In 7th, Aberdeen Dolphins 245.5, 6th South Lanarkshire with 262. In 5th place, Stirling Swimming 294. 4th is East Lothian Swim Team 325. Just ahead of them in 3rd, Perth City with 342. Big gap to 2nd, Wander Bass with 608, and well ahead in 1st place on 846, City of Glasgow Swim Team. So that's your top 10. That's our officials just being introduced for this morning. Just to get underway with 200 individual medley. As you can see, this is the first of 10 heats. So most of the first couple of heats will be predominantly the younger age group, Stuart, 15-year-olds. So that's
all 15-year-olds in heat 1. In fact, there's one 16-year-old, Ashley Drake. But we'll go through the names and the swimmers shortly, so just waiting for things to get underway for the swimmers to come to the side of the pool. So Robert, a fairly sizable lead at the moment for City of Glasgow. Can they be caught, do you think? For City of Glasgow in the team scoring, a fairly sizable lead.
They've got a very healthy lead. I can't see them being caught after even the third day. A big gap of about 250 points. They've been performing very well. Lots of podium positions. So there you have the swimmers coming on poolside.
200 IM, always a interesting event. Can go back and forward between the various disciplines. So we look forward to this one. 10 heats of this, which is fantastic for us commentators. So heat 1, I'm just looking across the pool here.
So it looks like we have an empty lane in the very first event.
So heat 1, lane 1, Skye Buchanan, City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Mirren Gibb, Dumfries. 3, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. 4, Ashley Drake. from Wanda Bass, 5 Ailey McNichol, Glenrothes, 6 Millie Colvin, Dumfries, 7 Alice Perry, Wanda Bass, 8 Alana Wilson, Belsilt, 9 Kaelin Chan from North Ayrshire. So a cracking start there in lane 4, Ashley Drake. So she's really taking this one out strongly. If we look over to the far side, as we can see it in the camera, Alana Wilson from Belsilt, also good on the butterfly, so we'll see what happens as they go into the backstroke. Still looking strong there at lane 4, Ashley Drake. Alana Wilson holding that second spot, drawn up a little bit now in lane 5. Ailey McNichol, the Glenrothes swimmer. So quickest entry in this is Ashley Drake, 2:39.41, and that ranges from through to 2:41.50. So really not too much in it in terms of entries. Some of these entry times as well will be short course conversion times, some will be actual long course, so it's difficult to tell exactly how far apart the swimmers are. As we go into breaststroke, probably I would say the most important stroke in the medley, Robert.
Definitely the most well, all the strokes are important, but of course breaststroke being the slowest of those 4 sections, that has a big impact. If you've got a cracking breaststroke, you can come literally from maybe 4th or 5th right up to challenge and give yourself a chance of pulling it out at the very end. Ashley's going pretty well so far, Stuart.
Very well, yeah. I was wondering if other swimmers would start to pull her in on the breaststroke leg, but she's looking strong in that discipline as well. But drawn up there over in lane 7, good breaststroke there from Alice Perry. That it says
it's actually Rebecca Cole, the reserve that's been slotted into South Lanarkshire swimmer. Good breaststroke also from Alana Wilson, who was the bronze medalist in the 50. But this looks pretty comfortable for the Wander swimmer.
Yeah, very good swim. She's led from the start of this race and just increased that with each discipline. It's a very good swim here from Ashley, 2:39.41 her entry, so well under that. We don't have the time on the board quite yet. We'll find out what that is shortly.
Yeah, this I think there's been a few problems with the pad on lane 4. Swimmers are coming in. They were at 2:37.15.
Good time there. Over 2 seconds improvement from Ashley Drake on her entry. Very impressive start to this 200 IM. So on to heat 2.
So a nice strong start, Youth Academy member taking that. So our second heat in 0. We have Caitlin Parnaby from Elgin, teammate Jessica Pearl in 1. 2, Sarah Innes from Carnegie. 3, Sophie Portier, Wanda Bass. 4, Katie Lowe, Glenrothes. 5, Jessica Beaton, Aberdeen Dolphins. 6, Heather Stewart, North Ayrshire. 7, Victoria Grabowska from Western Bartonshire. 8, Ella Garden, Geary. And 9, Thea Glenn, City Glasgow. Well, the big surprise last night, Stuart, I think from my point of view, was that bronze medal in that 200 butterfly. I wouldn't have predicted that the Carnegie girls, Zara Innes, would have been on the podium last night, and I think everybody in Dunfermline would have been chuffed to bits with that.
Yeah, great finish from Zara in that race. She came right through at the end.
Yeah, took it.
Very strong finish.
Took it by 200s, just touched out Heidi Wren for the bronze. So
yeah, great swim.
We expect that she'll go well, certainly in the butterfly section here. So she's in lane number 2. Pretty strong start in 5, Jessica Beaton. She's going very nicely indeed.
In 5 we have Jessica Beaton from Aberdeen Dolphins.
Jessica Beaton going well. Also a couple of lanes along in lane 3, Sophie Portier. Strong over that fly leg.
And in 9, Thea Glenn from the City of Glasgow.
Interesting, Zara Innes only turning in 6th place there, so maybe saving herself for the latter stages of the race. It's all about pacing it, Stuart, isn't it?
Yeah, it worked for her in the 200 fly, so we'll see if it works for her in the IM. Yeah, still leading, not by too much, but still leading is Jessica Beaton, Aberdeen Dolphin. And coming up on lane 4, good backstroke there, Katie Lowe, Glenrothes the swimmer. She's drawn right up there over that backstroke leg. So it's Jessica Beaton, Sophie Porte, I should say, Katie Lowe. It's a 1-2-3 at the halfway point as we go into the breaststroke. Very good turn there for Jessica Beaton.
To the breaststroke now. Still Jessica Beaton with
It's
the
200 IMs, the turns and transitions are very important as they go into the next stroke.
It's getting a bit interesting for us in this heat. All beginning to bunch up here. Having a good breaststroke in lane 1 is Jessica Powell. Jessica Beaton, Sophie Portier, 1 and 2. Coming through is Katie Lowe to try and get into the mix, but those two girls are fairly well clear of the rest at the moment.
Jessica Bell coming right up in that breaststroke leg. She's put herself in contention there, almost taking it in the second place as they go into the freestyle. But now it is Sophie Porte in lane 3. She's really left something back for the freestyle. And she's looking very strong here now to take this one. She's soaring ahead of the rest of the field. So the Wanderer swimmer, Sophie Porte, 2:38.31 is her entry, and she'll be fairly close to that. Well, just 200s quicker, 2:38.29. So Sophie Porte takes that one. Jessica Powell second, Zara Innes third.
Clearly Zara had left a little bit in the tank to finish strongly.
Yeah, again, she just came through at the end there.
Now confirmed, Sophie Portier, Katie Lowe and Zara Innes. This is the third of the 10 heats. 0, Addison Cole from South Lanarkshire. 1, Freya Masson from Shetland. 2, Jessica Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Melissa Menny, South Lanarkshire. 4, Molly Weir, Swim West Lothian. 5, Missy Carty, Falthouse Penguins. 6, Iona Casapitis from Carnegie. 7, Charlotte Chadwick from Kinross. 8, Lucy De Grossa from Best. And 9, Ciara Hart from Scotia. Melissa Menny might be my fancy in this one, Stuart. She's been swimming well at West Districts, and so it just keeps plugging away and improving her times. Jessica Bride swimmer swimming for South Lanarkshire, and she's gone out pretty well, as has in lane 8 Lucy De Grossa from Best. And Lucy is the early leader, 33.09 from Melissa, with Missy Carter, Falthouse Penguins in third place.
Yeah, pretty close between these three at the moment. So Melissa Menny just nudging in front now. Decent backstroker, so she's just with every stroke edging ahead of the rest. Still in second, probably by about a head. In lane 5, Missy Carty, the Falthouse swimmer, but coming through now in 4, Molly Weir. So Molly Weir's had a good backstroke, put herself in contention. Yeah, but Melissa Menny looking strongly on that backstroke as she goes into the breaststroke. And it's Missy Carty in 5 who came through on that backstroke to go into second. Lucy De Grossa is gone from first down to third over the backstroke, so we'll see what she can do in the breaststroke leg. But yeah, coming through in lane 5, Missy Carty, so she's drawing up a little bit in the breaststroke, and now as well in lane 1, Freya Masson, Shetland swimmer, looking strong in this breaststroke leg.
Yeah, Melissa will do well to just hang on. She'll have a good freestyle to follow, but it's all beginning to tighten up. 3 girls all well positioned here. Not much between them now.
Yeah, it's really close on the turn. Freya Masson taking it just by a fraction on that turn. Melissa Menny second, Missy Carty third, all to swim for in the freestyle. But I don't think the 3 of these girls, or either of these 3 will be caught for the 1, 2, 3. So we'll see what order they come in.
Melissa Menny just a wee bit stronger. Well, if I'd been able to put money on this one, Stuart, would have come up trumps. It maybe looks that way. Melissa Menny in lane 3 has just come through. to take this at the very death, I think. Or is she? Oh, it's just
very close.
Just very close. She's just hung on from fast finishing Missy Carter. 2:37.05. Nice swim from all these girls.
So that's the quickest time so far, just by a fraction over Ashley Drake in the first heat, but no one quite broken the 2:37 barrier yet. So there's a couple of 2:36 entries in heat 4. So heat 4 from 0 through to 9, Libby Doubleday, University of Stirling, Zuzia Smith first, Madeline Patterson, City of Glasgow, Erica Watt, Heart of Midlothian, Natalie Cooper, Wanda Bass, Ellen McPhee, Falthouse, Caitlin Urquhart, Highland, Carrie Preacher, Lerwick, Izzy Munnock, Morpeth, I should say, and 9 is Kristen Mackay from Perth City. So times here ranging 2:36.75 through to 2:37.59. So really not much in the times, as tends to happen in the non-seeded heats. But it's a good start in lane 6 from Caitlin Urquhart. And also over there in lane 9, Kristen Mackay, Perth City swimmer in the red cap.
Kristen, the Midlands champion. Caitlin's time comes from 6th place in North Districts recently, 2:37.35. Those two girls going pretty nicely on backstroke as we're halfway down the backstroke section.
Yep. Caitlin Urquhart looking fairly strong. Also in 4, Natalie Cooper. So Natalie Cooper's coming through now, and she moves into the lead as they come to the halfway point.
And we do expect a very good breaststroke from Warner. We usually have excellent breaststrokers from Warner Basket Club, so she potentially will push on.
Yeah. So it is the red caps moving to the 4. So we've got the Warner swimmer, Natalie Cooper in 4, Perth City, Kristen Mackay in 9, and coming through as well next to Kristen, Morpeth swimmer, Izzy Munnock. So these 3 red caps from different clubs all look very similar, I have to say, these caps.
Madeline Patterson and Zuzia Smith on near side trying to get into a mix, but it's been a pretty steady breaststroke from Natalie Cooper here. She's gone first, and a very, very similar split to the last heat.
Madeline Patterson actually just snuck up there into 3rd place, and she had a good breaststroke. So we'll see what these girls have got left in the freestyle leg. But yeah, lane 4, Natalie Cooper from Warrender, still I'd say just a fraction in front, but giving her a good challenge there on lane 8 is Izzy Munnock. So it'll be one of these 2 girls I would think that will take this one.
Yeah, Ellen McPhee with a late charge in lane 5, but I think she's left it too late. It's lane 8 from 4 and 2. Izzy Munnock, 2:37.77. So Natalie Cooper 2:37.96, and Madeline Patterson 2:39.04, just ahead of Kristen Mackay and McPhee.
Okay, on to heat number 5. So in 0, Tia Aitken, University of Aberdeen Performance. 1, Hannah Edmondson, City of Glasgow. 2, Brooke Rogerston from Fries. 3, Ava Kirkham from First. 4, Katie Barron, Midlothian. 5, Ellen Denny from Geary. 6, Katie Towers, St Lanarkshire. 7, Alexandra Miller, Falthouse. 8, Bronwyn Payne, Best. And 9, Katie Coventry from Morpeth.
Pretty level start for most of the swimmers here. We do have an empty lane in lane number 2, or rather the swimmer in 2. She has gone off, has pulled out. We've got a split on the board. Not sure whether we have a swimmer in lane 2. No swimmer in 2. So Katie Coventry 32.14 is the leader after the butterfly, and going pretty well on the backstroke section over on that far side. Also well there, Alexandra Miller in 7, and on the near side Hannah Edmondson and Tia Aiken. That's all over the pool here, Stuart.
Yeah, it was Katie's teammate Izzy Munnock who took the last heat, the Morpeth swimmer. So we'll see if she can also match that, but she's actually been overtaken in the backstroke there by Alexandra Miller. So she's through her first 100 in 1:11.69.
Katie Barron, the green cap of Midlothian, is there or thereabouts. However, Alexandra Miller coming under a wee bit pressure. Katie Coventry, so over on that far side, now beginning to make a move. Coming through very strongly, the Scot from Morpeth.
And also in zero here, just coming right through as well, Tia Aitken. She's come right into the mix now, University of Aberdeen performance swimmer.
It's opposite ends of the pool, but it's the far side with the advantage 1-2, and this side 3, Katie, Alexandra and Tia. That's a very, very good breaststroke, 44.90 that Katie, if she got half decent freestyle, she'll come well clear in this one.
Yeah, so we'll see who's got the most left. It's very even between the three from this angle anyway. We'll see in a minute. Oh, there you go. Yep, Katie still just a fraction in front between Katie and Alexandra.
Well, the full-house swimmer, Alexandra Miller, I think might just get up in stats just when Stuart.
I think she might. Yeah, she's looking strong now towards the finish. And she does take that. Time of 2:34.93.
Well done, Alexandra. First one sub 2:35.
Yeah.
Nice swim. Katie Coventry, also good swim from her in that outside lane, 2:36.23. And Katie Towers with a late surge from Lanark, South Lanarkshire swimmer, getting third in a 2:36.85. Well done, Katie.
Yeah, good times getting in there. That was a couple of over a second off from Alexandra Miller.
Well, we'll have the 50 and 100 freestyle champion from Orkney in lane 1, Eve Wood. In 0, Lucy Nimmo, City Glasgow. 1, Eve Wood, Orkney. 2, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. 3 is Natalie Moody from Swim West Lothian. 4, Rosie Heaps, Faulthouse Penguins. 5, Caitlin Frame from First. 6, Alicia Goodbrand from Ithan. In lane 7, Lauren Anderson, Swim West Lothian. 8, Willie MacArthur, South Lanarkshire. And 9, India Marshall, East Lothian Swim Team. Strong start in lanes 1 and in lane 7. Eve Wood, the Orkney swimmer, and Lauren Anderson from Swim West Lothian. But it's the Orcadian with the advantage, 29.98. That's a cracking start, Stuart. That's
sub 30 seconds over that fly. That's a great start.
Let's
the Orkney swimmer.
see how she goes. Usually find a good butterfly, good backstroke, and she's certainly a great freestyler. Maybe her breaststroke will be the weakest section of the 4 disciplines. That is often the case. Some of these swimmers are great on 3 and not so good on the breaststroke, and they may come back at that. But we'll wish her well at halfway. Eve Wood going well as Natalie Moody comes through.
Yeah, that's the quickest split we've seen. 109.97 Eve Wood. Yeah, double gold medalist, Robert. So in good form this week. But yeah, we'll see what happens in this breaststroke leg, whether she's quite as strong in that discipline as the other ones.
Certainly the Orkney and Shetland swimmers are normally fairly good in breaststroke, and she's holding her own, doing pretty well. Just 15. One of the fastest 15-year-olds that have still to come. We have still a few more 15-year-olds, so I think she's looking pretty comfortable to get a place in tonight's final. She's held it pretty well. Perry Scobie, this is Perry's best section of the event, breaststroke, and no surprise to see the Stirling lass coming through. Expect Eve Wood to draw weight, and can she get under 2:35? It's very relaxed. It's Natalie Moody.
Yeah, Natalie's looking strong in this freestyle. She was a bronze medalist in the 50 free, and she's definitely left something back for that last part of the race, and she's really moving ahead there towards the finish line. 2:35.47 from Natalie.
Another 15-year-old Stuart, so I think we'll be seeing her later on. If we'd 2:37.86 just dropped out, but that might still get her into position for this evening's final in the 15-year-old category. Caitlin Frame with a late surge coming through, along with Elisa Goodbrand to take second and third. So this is the 7th heat, the last one before we go into the seeded heats. Ian McLeod, Swim IT, 1 Fern Gray from Sevenoaks, 2 Cassie Wiper, South Lanarkshire, 3 Ailey Armstrong, East Lothian Swim Team, 4 Ciara Davidson, City of Glasgow, and her teammate Alice Cumming goes in. 5 Helen Stoddart, East Lothian Swim Team, 7 Ella Murray, Dundee City Aquatics, 8 Emma Finlay, East Lothian Swim Team, and 9 Sydney Boyd from Midlothian. Now, don't worry too much if Ciara Davison, who's the fastest qualifier, is a little bit behind at halfway. Her breaststroke is something to behold. Ian McLeod on the far side, sorry, on the near side.
Ciara Davidson, bronze medalist in 50 breaststroke, and I believe that was a joint bronze as well.
Yep.
Exciting race, gold joint bronze from recollection. But yeah, she's very strong over that discipline, so we'll see if she keeps herself in enough contention prior to that. She's looking quite good at the moment.
Yeah, it's the 2 East Lothian girls, Emma Finlay in 8 and Ailey Armstrong in 3, who have it at the moment. Look for Ciara Davison, who's turned third, pulling through, maybe taking it up in the next section.
Good turn there next to Ciara, Ailey Armstrong, so she's in the lead and she's holding her own at the moment. So Ailey Armstrong, Ciara Davidson now with a clear 1-2 position, but Ailey Armstrong is really doing well here.
Also coming into the mix, we're trying to get in the mix in lane 1, Fern Gray from Sevenoaks. Still over on our far side, Sydney Boyd, the Midlothian swimmer, has had a very good breaststroke as well. But Ailey Armstrong's held it together, still 800s, so we're going a little bit faster still. Stuart, 1:57.15, 1:57.95. Those two girls have the race between them. And Ciara Davison is actually finding something on freestyle to get past.
Yeah, that's interesting. Ailey was actually a touch quicker on the breast, and Ciara's come through the freestyle, so possibly different to what we expected, but good race tactics there from Ciara. She's going to come through and take this one. 2:32.68, so just a wee bit outside that. 2:34.36 for Ciara. And second place, Ailey Armstrong, 2:35.13. Third, Fern Gray, 2:36.09. So that's the quickest we've seen so far, by maybe a third of a second or so, by Ciara Davidson. Ciara swimming in the 17-18 category. So we'll see if that's good enough to make this evening's final as we go into the first of our seeded heats. So this is heat 8. Lane 0, Sahara Smith, Wanda Bass, 1 Lexi McCappin first, 2 Freya Beaton, City of Glasgow, 3 Elise Cousins from Perth City, 4 Susie McNair, Stirling Swim, 5 Charlotte Hardy, South Ayrshire, 6 Kiana Kurtza, Wanda Bass, 7 Kirsty Gilmore, South Lanarkshire, 8 Casey Drummond, Incas, and 9 Ella Chalmers, Ithan. Looking forward to this one, Robert. The few multiple medalists competing against each other here. Susie McNair, Charlotte Hardy, Kiana Kurtza.
Yeah, there's a few quality swimmers in this one. 2 red caps. Kiana Kurtza in lane 6. Elise Cousins in Perth City, 2 red caps, very prominent at the butterfly section.
Great start by Elise Cousins.
31.57. Of course, this seeded section, Susie McNair, Charlotte Hardy, the 2 fastest qualifiers at the moment, 5th and 6th. We expect Susie McNair to come through at halfway and lead. She's got a pretty reasonably good breaststroke. Charlotte Hardy, of course, her breaststroke is something special, but she'll have to have something super special to get in the mix in this one. But maybe doing enough, perhaps, just to ensure that she's in a final tonight, Stuart.
I think so. I mean, she's not a slouch in the backstroke, but it's the weakest of her 4 strokes. But watch her come through like a rocket on this breaststroke. As you say, we'll see if she's left too much pull, or if she can get right up the ranks here over this leg. But right in the front here is lane 4, Susie McNair. Susie's had a very good meet. She's never been off that podium, it seems, each evening.
Well, Charlotte Hardy was 6th at the halfway mark. I think we'll find that she's a very close 3rd when we get to the turn.
Yeah, that's a very impressive breaststroke. Look at the water she's making up here. And she's going to turn in 3rd place. So Susie McNair, Elise Cousins and Charlotte Hardy, 1, 2, 3 going to the freestyle.
As you can see on the screen, 43.19, 43.03. Charlotte Hardy took 3 seconds out of the other 2 swimmers. Her freestyle is reasonable, Stuart, but she'll not catch the other 2, and this is where Susie McNair just forges ahead of Elise Cousins. Charlotte Hardy, those 3 girls will comfortably be in tonight's final, along with Kiana Kurtzer, who's over in lane 6. Sarah Smith, Wanda Bass will want to push on as well in 5th place.
Maybe Charlotte's nipped into 2nd, she has. So Susie McNair, 2:27.55, Charlotte Hardy, 2:28.75, and just a 10th behind Elise Cousins, 2:28.85. Kiana Kurtzer looking strong there, and she will be in the 15:0 final, no doubt. Kiana?
I don't think any of those 4 girls are really pushing it too much. These Cousins doing enough to get into the older age group final. We have penultimate heat 0, Caris Mooney, City Glasgow teammate, Ellie Kennedy, City is in 1. 2, Tegan Black, East Lothian Swim Team. 3 is Isabel Wood from Stirling Swim. 4 is Seren Tarntine from Morpeth. 5, Erin Taylor from Finns. 6, Coco Coxford from Stirling Swimming. 7, Jessica Heaps from House Penguins. And 8, Mary Rogers from Wanda Baths Club. And 9, Gemma Brown from Carnegie. Well, we have a Welsh star. That's what Seren means in Welsh for those on the live stream. English-based swimmer at Morpeth. I think she's already been on the podium earlier in the week, Stuart.
Yep, she has.
30.66 at the butterfly section.
She's a very good breaststroker. Seren, she took gold in the 50 and 200. So it's the 50 that will count if she's got the energy in this one. Over that one length. Is that part of the race? But she's looking very strong at the moment. Way out in the lead already.
Second fastest qualifier for the national event here.
Quite a strong team up from Morpeth. There's quite a few swimmers competing right at the top. And interesting, she's got the more traditional turn there into the breaststroke. Some of the girls do the flip turn. So Seren Tarntine, Isabel Wood, Jessica Heaps, 1, 2, 3 at the halfway mark. Erin Taylor, she's a gutsy swimmer. She seems to be a bit of an all-rounder. She's always there or thereabouts in many of the events.
Yeah, she's been doing this for a long time. Erin Taylor, the Kirkcaldy swimmer, coming through very strongly. A very useful swimmer on breaststroke, and has I think she was runner-up to Nuala Gow on the 400 the other night.
Great breaststroke there. She's come right through and she's making up some pool here. Over on the far side, May Rogers as well, looks pretty strong. She's in 3rd place as they go into the freestyle. Really good breaststroke there, Erin Taylor. She's taken about 3 seconds off Seren for that breaststroke leg.
Certainly has. There again, Seren maybe just doing enough. She was well clear at the halfway mark and pushing really forward to take this one. It could be very close for 3rd. Isabel Wood flying down the final section. We will get 3rd place, but no doubt Seren Tarntine well clear.
Impressive swim.
Comfortable win, 2:27.25. And Taylor 2:28.92. She'll have plenty in the tank for later on. Isabel Wood did indeed just get into 3rd place 2:31.44 strong finish for Isabel. That will get her comfortably into the final as well this evening, as we move on to our final heat of this morning for the girls. N0 Catriona Stewart from Western Bartonshire, 1 Leila Weatherspoon, Hatta Midlothian, 2 Amy McLeod, 3 Heidi Wren, 4 Drew Mackenzie, all City of Glasgow, 5 Mula Gow from Geary, 6 Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian, 7 Fern Crichton, Dundee City Aquatics, 8 Maya Cheshire, Elgin, and 9 Louise Connell, City Glasgow. Well, we had Finn swimmer in the previous one, Erin Taylor. Now got Mula Gow in 5 from Geary. Much stronger over the longer 400, but they're also pretty useful in the 200. Drew Mackenzie has the fastest entry time, 18-year-old from City of Glasgow.
Yeah, Drew Mackenzie quite a bit ahead on entry, over 3 seconds on Nuala Gow, so you'd expect Drew to dominate this. And Nuala, yeah, I always think of her as being more of a long distance breaststroke swimmer. She actually took the gold in the 50 earlier in the week, joint gold with Amy McLeod, so that was an exciting race.
Well, no surprise to see Heidi Wren and Drew Mackenzie going a little bit clear here. Breaststroke will not be Drew Mackenzie's 40 though. Our freestyle will, and this is what makes it very difficult for the rest of the girls to make any headway.
Yep, we'll see what happens in breaststroke, but you'd expect Nuala Gowan to come back very strongly in that discipline. Heidi Wren's a pretty good breaststroker as well, but yeah, there's a lot of pool clear between Drew and these two, but we'll see how much ground they can make up.
Look for Charlotte Thompson and perhaps Amy McLeod to make a move to try and get into some of the minor places. Certainly Nuala Gow making a bit of headway now.
Charlotte Thompson is going well and over in 6 in that green cap, Midlothian.
You get the split there. You have Drew Mackenzie 43.6, Nuala Gow 42.4, has moved a bit. Charlotte Thompson, pretty reasonable breaststroke along with Amy McLeod, and Heidi Wren a 48 has dropped back. Drew Mackenzie probably not working too hard. She's done the business already in the first section.
Yeah, very comfortable. Looking for Drew now. She's in a 220. Well, she was obviously not given absolutely everything for this, but she's done more than enough. 223.80 for Drew Mackenzie. Nuala Gow, good swim there in second. 227.34. Charlotte Thompson came through in third. It was her breaststroke that really brought her through it. 230.87. Heidi Wren 231.17. In fourth, and she's safely into the 16-year-old final. And the next event we'll move on to is the boys 200 metre freestyle. But we can see up there on the board there the order of the swimmers. Of course, they're all mixed ages as they appear, so we'll be bringing you the final order within each age category when we receive that up here in the commentary. Got some good swims there. Always tough going straight out in the morning, doing a 200 IM in the first event.
As you can see, just running through positions for most of these swimmers. About almost 100 swimmers taking part there, Stuart.
Yeah, good field right across the country in different clubs. Good to see.
So we'll give you the top 10 and the reserves for that 200 IM. In the 15-year-olds we have Seren Talentine, Canna Kirtza, Coco Coxford, Ellie Kennedy, Natalie Moody, Katie Towers, Alyssa Mene, Leila Weatherspoon, Missy Cathy and Eve Wood from Orkney. Did just sneak in. Alice Cumming and Sydney Boyd are our two reserves. We'll give you the 16-year-olds. Susie McNair, Charlotte Hardy, Charlotte Thompson, Heidi Wren. May Rogers, Tegan Black, Alexandra Miller, Zara Smith, Fern Gray, Katie Coventry, Caitlin Frame and Louise Connell are 2 reserves, and in the older age group, Drew McKenzie, Nuala Gout, Elise Cousins, Erin Taylor, Isabel Wood, Amy McLeod, Jessica Heaps, Ciara Davidson, Krista Gilmore and Ailey Armstrong. Maya Cheshire and Lexi McGappin are our 2 reserves. We did mention wee problems with that pad on 4, so as you can see the guys poolside are just getting a replacement put in.
Yeah, can happen, especially at this stage of a meet, as the pads get used more and more. So sometimes a wee replacement has to take place, and there they are. It's the boys frantically removing and replacing the pad, but like a pit stop in Formula 1, they get it off and on in no time.
Yep.
And they're looking quite happy about it, no pressure at all. One of the swimmers over there getting a wee shoulder massage just to keep them going. It's great to see all the swimmers poolside. Often look around the pool here and see all the teams mixing with each other, which is always great to see, because quite often these swimmers don't see each other, especially in the east and the west, and they all get together.
Yeah, it's a good mix, and that's right, Stuart. This
and
is
north,
really
I should say, as well. Yep.
The only opportunity some of the swimmers get to meet up with people who don't come across very often.
So there we are on to 200 metre freestyle. The boys are now making their way to the poolside, up to the blocks, and there will be, let me just see what number of heats we've got here. 10 heats in this event, so good field taking part here. So this is heat 0, lane 0, Rory Duncan, South Ayrshire. 1, Jason Dixon, Stirling Swim. 2, Harry Sharp, Wanda Bass. 3, Rhys Edwards, Dumfries. 4, Tyler Stewart from South Lanarkshire. 5, Max Turnbull, Midlothian. 6, Innes Gow from Geary. 7, Adam Prusik, Aberdeen Dolphin. 8, Callum Ferguson, South Lanarkshire. And 9, Sam Cool from Steprock. All 15-year-olds in this first heat. Times ranging this one from 2:12:42 through to 2:15:30. So about a 3-second difference between quickest and slowest entries. And again, some of these will be conversion times from short course, so we'll see how this one goes. Very good start there in lane 2 by Harry Sharp, Wanda Bass swimmer. He's really taken that one on to 27.96 over the first 50. Still hanging about, Harry.
Very strong start, Stuart. Let's hope that he's not going out too fast. Just on his shoulder, Rhys Edwards from Dumfries, along with Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire. So this side have the advantage as we approach the halfway mark. It's a bit tighter now at halfway. Looks like Harry's gone out just a little bit sharper. Excuse the pun.
If only we planned that one, Robert. Yep.
It's now Rhys Edwards, Dumfries swimmer, 1:02:38, just a fraction ahead. And he's just pushing on a little bit in this one.
Yeah.
3 boys almost together. Tyler Stewart just in 3rd place. He's still hanging on there. Empty time for Rhys Edwards from West Districts earlier this year when he finished 2nd, 2:12:80. But he's now pushing on, 1:35:87.
Good controlled race here from Rhys Edwards and Free Swimmer, but Harry's now fighting back here towards the finish. We thought he'd been left behind, but not quite yet. He's got something left for the finish. We'll come right down to the touch here.
And Harry Sharp is maybe just going to get this.
Yep. So it looks like the first 50 and last 50 were Harry's best parts of that race, and just biding his time in between.
Tyler Stewart finishes 3rd. To 11:28, and Sam Cool, Max Turnbull, all getting inside their entry times. Well done, lads.
4 or 5 seconds for the top two there off their entries.
0, Jake Ferguson from first. 1, Finlay Geddes, Lerwick. 2, Colin Murphy, Carnegie. 3, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. 4, Ishmael Shalaby, Warner Bass Club. Teammate Coran Mitchell goes in. 5. 6, Richard Laws from Cooper District. 7, Nathan Wilson, Carnegie. 8, Carl MacArthur, Mulgan Bearsden. And 9, Robbie Boyd, Warner Bass Club. So 3 from Warner and 2 from Carnegie in this one. So who's going to get the bragging rights for those two clubs at the moment? Conor Mitchell, Warner Bass off very strongly, looking good.
Great start, similar to what Harry did in the last one. Really fast start there from Conor Mitchell, the Warner Bass swimmer. So not sure if that's a general Warner tactic, go out quickly, but also gone out fast there in lane 2, Calder Murphy.
I think it's just win, Stuart, for Warner. Win it all.
Win at all costs.
Exactly, yeah. But they're going well. And Calder Murphy, who had his birthday earlier this week, going well in second place. 100, 39. Calder Murphy in second, and his teammate Nathan Wilson, over in lane 7, has got into third place.
A couple of Carnegie swimmers here, Robert, and looking strong at the moment in second and third.
They're going pretty well, but they've got an awful lot to do to catch Conor Mitchell, who looks as though he's got this one cut and dried. But a body length clear. Richard Laws trying to also get in touch. The Cooper swimmer. It's an East domination of this one. Wander, Carnegie and Cooper District 1, 2, 3 and 4. Coming through is the other Wander swimmer into 5th place. But Calder Murphy hasn't given this one up. He's flying at the end. Can he find something special, the Carnegie lad? He certainly has. He's going to take this one from lane 2. What a cracking swim, Calder. 30.81. Flying at the end. So you get the bragging rights over your teammate Nathan Wilson. Conor Mitchell gets the bragging rights over Ishmael and Robbie Boyd. Great swim from Calder Murphy to take that. 2:07.18, well inside his entry time. Conor Mitchell also well inside his entry time, and Nathan Wilson does pretty well to get third.
Yeah, great. Spotted Calder there, come right up from the previous length, probably about 75 to go, put the foot down, and came right through from that point onwards to take it. 4 seconds off entry. On to heat 3 now. Aidan Bruce 0 from Aberdeen, Magnus Morrison 1, Ren 96, his teammate Tom Jeffords in 2, and 3 Corey Phillip from D City Aquatics, 4 Ewan Mitchell, South Lanarkshire, 5 Fraser Donaldson, Mulgai Bearsden, Ross Anderton, East Lothian in 6, Phyllis Sang, City of Glasgow in 7, Lewis Muir I should say, and lane 8 from Carnegie, lane 9 Rory Stobie from Warrender Bass. So
Warner tactics again, go out fast and try and hang on.
Looks like it. Yep. Rory Stobie out like a rocket there. 27.88.
Yeah, Rory off very, very fast indeed. Also well there in 7 and 6. Ross Anderton, East Lothian, and Finlay Tang from City Glasgow. It's still all to play for, but the wonder lad Rory Stobie's gone off very fast, Stuart.
He has, he's kept it going as well. 59.45, so sub-minute over the first 100. Ross Anderton, Finlay Sang battling for second just now. But yeah, he's really taken this one out, and he's not letting up. In fact, I think he's opened a bit more pool here as he came off that turn. But fighting up here now in lane 6 is Ross Anderton.
East Lothian swimmers trying to get into the mix. Third at the East Districts, that's where his entry time 2:08.98 comes from. 5th in this event last year and at the summer meet, so he's got good form, and he's certainly made a move. 32.02, 32.72 Rory might just be hanging on here at the death to take this one at the moment. Smart money might be on the Australian boy just to pull something out, but he's still got a lot to do. It's Rory Stobie still just hanging on here. Rory Stobie and Ross Anderton. Nothing much between this, but the Australian boys got it.
Yeah.
2:04.99.
Yeah, very similar finish to the previous one. Calder Murphy's coming right through at the finish there. Ross Anderton.
Another black cat coming to the floor there. Slodian, 2:04.99. Rory Stobie and Aidan Bruce from nowhere takes third, 2:08.49. So again, nice improvements for the first three home. Big chunks taken off the first two. Lachlan Bremner, Highland swim team, is in lane number 1.
Lane 0, Lachlan Bremner Highland. Tom Armitage in 1. From Highland 2, Harry Keogh, 96.
It's actually Ron Brown.
Got a replacement. Right, okay.
I'll read them through.
Sure. Fine, yep, I was just coming for you while you were getting that sorted.
Dan Hall from Aberdeen Performance. 3, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swimming. 5 is Thomas Traynor, South Lanarkshire. 6, Anna Drysdale from Warner Bass. 7, Tony Bullock, Midlothian. 8, Marcus Blake from City Glasgow. And 9, Fraser McLaughlin from Elgin. Thanks, Stuart. Reserve swimmer in this one, Ron Brown in lane 2. Good, he's got a swim. It's a bit more interesting, this one.
Bit of a closer affair at the moment. Lanes 4, 5 and 6, Ben, Thomas, Mano, all close together. Also James Body, Tom Armitage, as I say, in lane 1. Right up there.
A wee bit slower than the previous heat, but 3 swimmers separated by 400ths, first, second and third. So we've got a real race in our hands in our 4th heat. Other one's been dominated by someone going out fast and hanging on, or trying to hang on. Tom Armitage on this near side, still well there, Stuart.
Yeah, he's swimming there very well, but coming out. Up beside Tom, Lachlan Bremner. He's now making a move for the front. So these boys having a little mini battle there in lanes 0 and 1. But also the guys in the middle lane, Ben Montgomery, Thomas Traynor. So it's between these two and lanes 0 and 1.
Here comes Thomas Traynor, 8th at Nationals last year. That's where his entry time come from, which is a good while ago. Not much between the two. Tom Armitage might just be hanging on here. Tom takes that from Thomas and Ben. Well done, Tom. From that outside lane, the Highland swim team member 2:05.34 takes a big chunk off that 2:07.90. That's what we're hoping to see from all of these swimmers in the earlier heats. They might not make finals, but it's all about getting big PBs if they can, and we've seen a lot so far, Stuart, as we move on to our 5th heat.
Yep. So
0, Jonah Turnbull, Midlothian. 1, James Bodie, Geary. 2, William Shepherd, Perth City. 3, Lucas Johnson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Blair McKeed, Bellshill Sharks. 5, Calvin McDonald, University of Aberdeen Performance. 6, Ewan McLeod, South Lanarkshire. 7, Jack Mitchell, University of Aberdeen Performance. In 8, Rory Calvert from First. And in 9, Oscar Chirnside from Geary. Pretty level at the moment, lane 2. Perhaps the early leader. It's a red cap, but it's Perth City this time.
William Shepherd looking good there. Of course, we've got James Body next to him. James has been doing well this week. He's taken gold in the 1500 free, so a lot longer distance. Silver in the 400. We'll see what he can do in the shorter distance, but yeah, going well at the moment. William Shepherd, the red cap from Perth City. Also next to William in lane 3, Lucas Johnson, University of Aberdeen, is up alongside him, as is James Body, who we mentioned before. And always expected him to be in contention here.
William Shepherd, the early leader. That's I think the second one sub a minute.
Yep, that's right. So quickest time we've seen so far is just under the 2:04, 2:05 I should say.
Youth Academy member and Midlands champion is William. Is being challenged now by the Geary swimmer James Bodie, coming through very strongly to put in that challenge. Another Youth Academy member, 7th at the summer meet, 6th recently at the North District age group. Well, between the two here.
James in the yellow cap there, looking strong. Going to tip him at the start because he's having a very good week in the pool in the freestyle events. So he's now looking very good towards the finish. I don't see him being caught here. Second place I think will be William Shepherd in 2, just outside him. So James Bodie takes it. 2:02.87, what a time there. 4 seconds off entry. William Shepherd in 2, 2:04.04. Lucas Johnson just about half a second or so behind in 3rd place.
All very impressive swims there from these lads. Ian McLeod also in 4th, improves his time. Heat 6.
Heat 6, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire 0, Robbie Thompson, Shetland 1, Greg Hall, University of Aberdeen Performance 2, Sean C. Griffiths, Wonderbass 3, Alfie Churches, City of Glasgow in 4, Alex Black from 1st in 5, Cameron Doran, City of Glasgow in 6, Keelan Johnson, Lerwick 7, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia 8, and in 9, Taylor Sinclair from Elgin.
Fastest qualifier, Alfie Churches, 4th recently, that's where his time comes, 2:05.09 from the pre-snags meet at Tollcross, and he's certainly in the mix here along with Alec Black and Cameron Doran. That almost 5-6 of them turning almost together, barely half a second cover 5 or 6 swimmers. 28.36 Cameron Doran, early leader.
Cameron had a really good turn there, and just they all turned at the same time, and he just had a little bit of a better transition to go into the lead off that turn. And it's the swimmer in lane 3 who's challenging him at the moment for that lead. It is Sean C. Griffiths. I see Alex Black there just nudged ahead, so halfway mark 59.10 Cameron Doran, Alex Black and Sean C. Griffiths just over the minute. Again, a good turn there, very good turn from Cameron Doran.
He's looking good, isn't he, Stuart?
Very strong.
Still forging ahead, I think, going further away from the field. 59.10, that's the fastest split we've had.
Yeah, and he's just increasing that lead as time goes on. Just outside him now, coming into 2nd place, is Keelan Johnson. Keelan, the Lerwick swimmer, moved up there. Cameron's still holding on here, it looks pretty strong. I don't think he's going to give up that lead unless a late charge happens from another lane.
Well, I think Cameron Doran is tying up a bit, but he's just going to hang on. Cameron Doran, Keelan Johnson, Alex Black.
2:04.31.
Well, he kind of died a bit, but nevertheless, good swim. Improves on his entry time as the other two in that last heat. N0, Gregor Skinner 1st. 1, Jake Holmes, City Glasgow. 2, Torrin Liversidge, South Aberdeenshire. 3, Cameron Hastings, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Callum Sinclair, Swim West Lothian. 5, Jensen Norris, Perth City. 6 is Ian Jones, Swim West Lothian. 7, Adam Thompson, South Ayrshire. 8, Fergus Woodward from Portobello. And now 9 is Taylor Hutton from Incas. Times in this one are 2:03.30 to 2:04.98. 2nd and a half cover the whole field. Good start over on the far side, Stuart. Adam Thompson and 7 at Fergus Woodward and 8, and on lane 1 Jake Holmes, City Glasgow, just shades it.
Yeah, good start there by Adam, but yeah, Jake just touching him out there off of the 50, 28.13, so yeah, strong start. And it's these outside lanes at the moment looking strong, but coming through now in lane 3, Cameron Hastings, Aberdeen Performance swimmer, has just sped up through that last 50, so looks as if he's out there at the front as well. There's a few swimmers now turning at the same time. It's very close. Jake Holmes, Cameron Hastings, Fergus Woodward. 1, 2, 3, all to swim for it. With 100 to go.
It's all pretty steady at the moment from most of the field. 2:02.87, the fastest couple of heats back. Don't think we're going to break that one.
Cameron Hastings has already picked up a couple of medals this week in fly and breaststroke, so it's now freestyle. He's given this a good go. Gregor Skinner though came right through in lane 0 there and looking strong towards the last part of the race. So it looks like Gregor Skinner still got the arms and legs here to keep this going, but will Cameron Hastings do anything about this? It will be between Cameron and Gregor, and we'll see who's just a wee bit stronger towards the finish. It will come down to the touch.
Gregor just gets it.
Gregor just gets it.
Yeah.
I'm always good at calling it after the event. Gregor Skinner, Cameron Hastings, and
Ewan Jones.
Ewan Jones in third. Yeah. 2:03.18.
Wee improvement in his time though, Gregor Skinner, well done.
Yep.
Cameron Roberts on his time. On to the first of the 3 C heats. 0 Jacob Wood Elgin, 1 Jacob Light Morpeth, 2 Greer Randon Mullen, 3 is Nathan Campbell, both Stirling swimming. 4 Luke Hornsey, East Lothian Swim Team. 5 Finlay Club from Aberdeen Dolphins. 6 is Zach Slater, East Lothian Swim Team. 7 Leighton Burr, University of Aberdeen Performance. 8 is Adam Scott from Ren 96. And in 9 Jake Gibson, University of Aberdeen Performance.
Well, we battle in the middle lanes here between the 50 freestyle specialists. In the club, Luke Hornsey is very strong over the longer distances. He took the gold in the 400 free and the 1500.
Yeah, looked good yesterday. That 1500 free yesterday morning, he was very impressive, Stuart, as you saw.
Very impressive, yeah. In the end, won it reasonably comfortably, but yeah, it was very good tactical race by Luke. East Lothian swimmer. And he turns first at the 100, 55.96. Finlay Club 56.50. So yeah, we're seeing the pace drop considerably now from the previous heats.
Member of the Scottish junior team and third at the North District. So Luke Hornsey looking very good indeed here, Stuart.
Yeah.
55.96, much faster as we would expect with the seeded heats coming.
So we'll see if he really goes for it over this last stretch or just does enough to make that final. He's not letting up at the moment. Finlay Club also looking good as well. So that's a 1-2 just now. There could be a battle for third in the 2 lanes next to them. So lanes 3, Nathan Campbell, 6, Zach Slater. Battling out for third place, but no doubt about the winner here. Luke Hornsey takes this one 1:54.64. He takes time off his entry as well, but almost a second. Great swim there from Luke Hornsey. Finlay Club again takes he round about his entry actually just outside. 1:58.03. Nathan Campbell just over the 2 minutes mark.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more in the tank there for Luke for this evening. I think he'll get pretty close to a 1:52. That's what I fancy he might be doing this evening as we move on to heat 9. 0 Ben McLaughlin from Geary, 1 Ed Brown, Alnwick Dolphins, 2 Ben Kelly, Wonderbaths, 3 Scott Fleming, South Lanarkshire, 4 Sean McCann, City Glasgow, 5 Brodie Gordon Gibson, Wonderbaths, and 6 his teammate Cyril Gulen, 7 Fergus Curry, Ogan Bearsted, 8 Max Pelosi, City Glasgow, and in 9 Kane Buchanan from the Dundee City Aquatics.
This is a close one on paper. Sean McCann, well, a couple of seconds quicker actually. Sean, City of Glasgow. Is this his adopted club in Scotland, Sean McCann? I think he's from one of the English clubs, possibly Leicester.
Yeah.
It's Ben Kelly who goes quickest over the first 50, 27.29. So that's a fast start from Ben Kelly. Ed Brown in second, Sean McCann third, but close across these first three swimmers.
Ben Kelly got it very strongly indeed in this one. Brodie Gordon Gibson, though, winner at the summer meet in this event, is travelling very nicely indeed now at the halfway mark, and Brodie 56.26.
Yeah, looking good. Scott Fleming as well into the top three. He did a good 50 there, so he's well cleared in third at the moment. But it looks as if the top two there are pushing each other on. There's Brodie Gordon Gibson looking very strong. Took the bronze in the 400 freestyle, so he's in good form at the moment. So about a second or about half a second ahead of Sean McCann into the final turn.
Well, you kind of fancy the first four here will certainly be in the final. Ed Brown will want to try and push on in fifth place. There's not much in it. Brodie Gordon Gibson just hanging on here. Sean McCann trying to put in a late surge here. But it's a fairly similar time to Luke Hornsey, 154.67.
Brodie taking a couple of seconds off his entry there. Sean McCann just a fraction outside, but that was a great race. So both these boys will be into that final. Look forward to seeing another battle later on.
Just fancy that Luke Hornsey looked a little bit more relaxed in his heat, and those two lads, I think he's got a bit more in the tank, and he'll need that because we have a very strong swimmer in lane 4. But our final heat has Callum Gold, Aberdeen Dolphins in 0, James Gordon, Perth City in 1, 2 Lucas Brown Elgin, 3 Callum Peebles, East Lothian Swim Team, 4 is Evan Davison from Perth City, just 16. 5 Finn Drysdale, also Perth City in 5, 6 Edward Bell from Seagulls, 7 Micah Van Blair from Wander Bass Club, 8 Jack Simpson, South Lanarkshire, and 9 Kai Connolly from City of Glasgow.
Pretty close, good start in 5, Finn Drysdale, the Perth City swimmer, and alongside him Edward Bell from Seagulls. So 1-2 just now. 27.22, similar to the previous heat. Over that first 50, Jack Simpson and Evan Davidson turn at the same time, third and fourth. So
Jack Simpson gone off pretty strongly over in that far side. A few swimmers now coming past him, and talking about getting past is Evan Davison. Here we go. 56.70.
Yeah. So Evan Davidson, 16-year-old, so he's in a different category to Finn Drysdale alongside him, 17-18 category. These boys will be spurring each other on, especially from the same club. I'd imagine they'll be training together on a regular basis.
Evan, the 15-year-old national age group champion from this event last year, 7th in the junior final at the Edinburgh International recently. So
yeah, they're going for bragging rights here, aren't they?
Looks that way. Yeah.
Good turn there by Evan Davidson. He just looks slightly better off that turn, and he's just nudging ahead now.
Yeah, I don't really think you can see the stroke, how that stroke is actually slowing down a little bit for Evan. Looks so relaxed, makes it look so easy. Evan Davison that could have been a 152, 153 I think if he'd really been trying. Finn Drysdale 157.11, Michael Van Blair 159.96. They'll comfortably be in the final this evening.
There should be some great action later on 200 freestyle finals. Look forward to that. Next event we're moving on to after this is the girls 100 fly, but you'll see up there on the screen the time order of all the swimmers there as they come in. This again will be a mixture of age groups, so you have some of the swimmers further down that will make the finals because they'll be in the lower age categories. And we'll bring these results to you shortly. Some good swims there, Robert. Some, as you said, I think one or two of the guys who were safely into the final just eased back a little bit towards the finish. So
yeah, certainly Evan Davis in the 6-year category will be probably well clear of the other 16-year-olds, but we will have a very exciting 200. As I say, Luke Hornsey looked very, very relaxed. That's where my money will be on for this evening's final in that older age category. Although they'll have his work cut out against Sean McCann and Brodie Gordon Gibson, and don't discount Scott Fleming either.
Yeah, Scott's a very, very good swimmer over many of the freestyle events, particularly. Also fly, and yeah, should be great to watch later. Look forward to that.
Those finalists for the 15-year-olds are Cameron Hastings, Ross Anderton, Jacob Light, Taylor Hutton, Lachlan Bremner, Toby Bullock, Jensen Norris, Lewis Gibson, Oscar Chirnside, Harry Sharp, Aidan Bruce and Tom Jeffers, our reserves. So as you say, Stuart, butterfly coming up, 10 heats, which is good to see, in lane number 0. Angelika Samovalova from Limerick in 1, Kira Bailey from Cooper District in 2, Beth Manson, Elgin, 3, Sky Buchanan, City Glasgow, 4, Phoebe Murdoch, South Ayrshire, 5, Amelia Leslie, Trafford Metro, 6, Izzy Munnock from Morpeth, 7, Millie Colburn, Dumfries, 8, Byrne McPhee, Falthouse Penguins, and 9, Hannah Stahl, Steprock. 1:13.10 through to 1:12.10. Hannah Stahl obviously getting in perhaps as a reserve.
Yeah, she's looking very strongly over there in lane 9. Quite a good bit ahead of the rest, but yeah, as you say, Robert,
18-year-old getting a reserve swim, a wee bit faster than the rest of the swimmers, and making it pay. She's really motoring down this final stretch.
Good battle going on in the middle there in lanes 5 and 6 between Amelia Leslie and Izzy Munnock.
Oh, well done, Hannah. Lovely swim from Hannah, getting a reserve swim and making it pay by well over a second improvement for this girl from Steprock in St Andrews. Izzy Munnock from Morpeth, Amelia finishing in 3rd place from Trafford Metro.
So on to heat 2, lane 0, Taylor Smith, St Thomas, 1, Lauren Brawley, Falthouse, 2, Anna Hartness from Best, 3, Caitlin Urquhart from the Highland, 4, Emily Dickens from City Glasgow, 5, Sarah Stewart, Logai Bearsden, 6 we have Emma Barrowman, Stranraer, 7, Caelan Chan, North Ayrshire, 8, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire, 9, Katie Lowe from Glenrothes.
Lane 0, Taylor Smith got a cracking start, but it's Caitlin Urquhart now in lane 3 who's really motoring, Stuart.
Yeah, she is. Great start there by Caitlin Urquhart, Highland swimmer, and she's first to the wall, 32.66. Sarah Stewart in second, Sophie Steele right through in lane 8. We didn't see Sophie coming up there, so South Ayrshire swimmer after a cracking start. So Sophie going well and just nudging past her. Now in lane 3 is Caitlin Urquhart. So Caitlin, Sophie, 1-2, and they look fairly secure in these positions, I would say. Battle for 3rd place. So Caitlin Urquhart, really strong swim from the start, will take this one. 1:09.44. Sophie Steele, 1:10.61. Over 2 seconds off for Sophie as well. As a great swim, as it was for Caitlin. And in 3rd place, Anna Hartness. Again, good swim, there or thereabouts with her entry, just a fraction off.
First 3 home, inside they're into 10. Well done. Girls 0, Freya Masson, Shetland. 1, Alison Wood, Highland Swim Team. 2, Ailsa Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Ailey Gold, Ithan. 4, Ron Anderson, Shetland. 5, Georgia Reid, City Glasgow. 6, Sophia Faloni from Montefief. 7, Millie Batten, Bellsill Sharks. 8, Jessica Beaton, Aberdeen Dolphins. And 9, Eva Kirkham from First. Nice start over in lane 8, Jessica Beaton from the Aberdeen Dolphins, and on the near side, Alison Wood from the Highland Swim Team. But I think it's lane 8 just with the advantage, Stuart.
Yeah, it was Sophie Steele that took it out strong in lane 8 last time. This time it's Jessica Beaton. So something good going on in lane 8 so far. 32.13 at the turn. Alison Wood 32.66.
6 of the North District age group, 111.99 is Jessica, and she's going pretty well, 32.13.
So Alison Wood looking good, and Jessica Beaton, of course, they will not have a clue where each other are at the moment, but they're both looking very strong. Coming through now in lane 5 as well is Georgia Reid, the City of Glasgow swimmer, and she's coming right up there. It'll come down to the touch.
Lane 2 is going to take this from lane 5 and 9.
Yeah, Alison Wood, and then Georgia Reid splitting Alison and Ava, who were leading most of the way. 111.51, 112.08 and 112.50 for top 3, Alison, Georgia, Ava.
And the winner just improves their entry time. 0. Emma Silcott first, 1 Alice Hall, South Aberdeenshire. 2 Imogen Edwards, Carnegie. 3 Macy Carty, Fauldhouse Penguins. 4 Anna Tichenko, City Glasgow. 5 Eva Gordon, Stirling Swimming. 6 Kira Bain, Highland Swim Team. 7 Abby Barnstable, South Lanarkshire. 8 Casey Drummond, Incas, and 9 Safina Machin, City Glasgow. 110.68 to 111.31. A second, barely a second, cover the whole field.
Yeah, very close in entry time. Looks like possibly lane 4, Anna Tichenko, City of Glasgow, or but right over there on the other side from our camera here, Safina Machin. I think she's probably going to touch first.
Yeah,
halfway.
I think it's just Safina.
51.52. So about half a second between 1 and 2 at that turn.
No, she was 7th at the West District some time back, 111.31. Safina, that's where her entry time comes. The entry time for Anna Tichenko, where she won the Peace Tags meet, 110.68. The 2 City Glasgow swimmers at the moment have the race. Anyone else coming back? Anna Tichenko is still well there. That's getting very tight. Abby Barnstable and Kira Bain at lanes 4 and 9. Anna Tichenko got that from Safina Machin and Kira Bain. Abby Barnstable rather. It was very tight there. Adjusted times there. Anna Tichenko 110.05 takes that. Abby Barnstable 110.20 is second. Safina Machin 110.41 takes third.
On to heat 5. 0 Emily Cumming from Kinross. 1 Anna McGeechan and Inverclyde. 2 Natalie Marshall, West Lothian. 3 Rosie Heaps, Fauldhouse. 4 Caitlin Frame from First. 5 Kira Gregg, Fauldhouse. 6 Ellen Denny, Geary. 7 Kira Pemble from Best. 8 Perry Scobie, Stirling Swim I should say, and 9 Tia Aitken, University of Aberdeen Performance. So good start in the near side here. Emily Cumming in 1, Natalie Marshall in 3. Looking good. And the quickest entry here, 109.8, so we'll get times below 110. An entry, Caitlin Frame the quickest on paper, lane 4. Emily Cumming though, quickest over the first 50, 32.07, so she's about a third of a second ahead of Kira Pemble, and then Caitlin Frame not far behind, but pretty close between the top 3.
It's pretty close, isn't it, Stuart? Nothing much to choose between them as we're coming down with around 15 to go.
And Natalie Marshall going well in 2. It seems to be between Natalie and Caitlin Frame.
Caitlin Frame's got this, I think, in lane 4 from Natalie Marshall.
Yeah, good swim there.
In lane 3, Rosie Heaps, Fauldhouse Penguins. Caitlin Frame takes that in a 1:10.36.
Yeah, good strong swim there. On to heat 6 now. Katie Campbell, Aberdeen Dolphin. Emma Craney, Cumbernauld. Alicia Goodbrand from Ayton. Lexi McCappin from First. Lucy DeGrossa, Best. Anna Green, Wanda Bass. Alice Cumming and Ian McLeod in 6 and 7 from City of Glasgow. 8 and 9 we have Ashley Drake and Phoebe Arbuckle from Warrender. So the times here, again, they're all in the 109s. So we'll see if these swimmers can match or better these times to try and push for a place in the finals later.
I've not seen a really super fast finish from any of these swimmers, all around the 109, 110 range at the moment, Stuart. 109.04 to 109.76.
Yep. Yeah, as you say, Robert, a lot of solid swims, nothing spectacular compared to entries. So we'll see if that can change. And this one, Anna Green looking strong here, lane 5.
This is the Grossa trying to stay with her. Over on that far side, Phoebe Arbuckle, better known as a distance freestyler, going very nicely indeed. I think she might be in second. Well, not much in it. And Alicia Goodbrand from Ayton coming through, but this is comfortable for Anna Green.
Yep.
Phoebe Arbuckle, and in lane 2, Alicia Goodbrand. 108.31, a wee bit faster, Stuart, and we've seen that's the first 108.
Yeah, almost a second off from Anna there, so good swim, and she was clear of the rest.
Sophie Kendall in 0 from Corby 1. Emma Finlay, Lothian swim team. Teammate Grace Courtney in 2. 3 Ella Stevenson, City Glasgow. 4 Natalie Moody from Swim West Lothian. 5 Freya Beaton, City Glasgow. 6 Ellie Armstrong, East Lothian swim team. 7 Lauren Anderson, Swim West Lothian. 8 Melissa Loud from South Aberdeenshire. And 9 Alex.
Lane 3 I should say. Ella Stevenson, City Glasgow swimmer. Known probably more as a backstroker, but looking strong here. Oh, Sophie Kendall just pipped her there actually with the first 30, 31.95. Ella 100th behind. So entry time here for Ella's 1 minute 8.25. Nathalie Moody's the quickest in 4, but Ella's now looking strong, as is Alexandra over on the far side there from Faulthouse. Coming right through Lauren Anderson, West Lothian as well, just towards the end. But I think Ella Stevenson's going to take this. And she does. 108.21, good swim there from Ella. Alexandra Miller, 108.71. Grace Courtney in third, 109.43.
Well, the first 2 home just inside their entry times. Disqualification, lane 0 for a technical infraction. And solid swims from first 2 or 3, but not significantly faster. And we'll move on to the first of the seed heats. 0 Eve Wood, Orkney. 1 Erin Taylor, Finns. 2 Kenna Kurtzer, Wonder Baths. 3 Hannah Willis, City Glasgow, teammate Heidi Wren in 4. 5 is Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. 6 Helen Sturder, East Lothian swim team. 7 Lila Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian. 8 Katie Rose, Wonder Bass Club. And 9 Ariana Stokes from Morpeth. Good start over the far side, Katie Rose and Ariana Stokes. 2 red caps, Morpeth and Wonder Bass. I think we've got the slight advantage, Stuart.
The Orkney swimming as well here in 0 Eve Wood. Great start, but yeah, it's outside lanes, isn't it? And it is Ariana Stokes quickest of that first 50 metres. Then Eve Wood, then Katie Rose. So yeah, there's a number in contention. They'll look at the middle lanes there. They're now battling to the fore. I would expect Heidi Wren to be there thereabouts.
Catherine Renfrew also making a move in lane 5. So it's beginning to tighten up here. Catherine Renfrew coming through quite strongly. Her time comes from the North District age groups just a little while ago, and I think she's just going to take that. She takes that, Heidi Wren, and in lane 2 and 3, very close between them. Catherine Renfrew, 105.40.
Good swims there.
Heidi Wren, 105.73. Hannah Willis and Kiana Kurtzel both in the low 106s, so good swims from them. Got them comfortably into that final.
8-9 now. Rosie Liston, City Glasgow. 1 Kirsty Brecon, Aberdeen Dolphin. 2, Millicent Mainwaring from West Lothian. 3, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim. 4, Madison Cool Bucket. 5, Ollie McInnes, Heart of Midlothian. 6, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. 7, Eula Gow, Geary. 8, Kirsty Gilmore from South Lanarkshire. 9, Gemma Brown from Carnegie.
Looking forward to seeing Madison Cool on home territory, the Bucky swimmer in lane 4. She'll have a good contest in this evening's final, hopefully, with Ollie McInnes in lane 5. Ollie 16, Madison 15. But,
yeah, Madison, the gold medalist in the 200 fly, looking strong for the 100 as well at the moment. 35.9. Coco Croxford not far behind.
Yeah, it's Coco that's the one she's going to beat for this. And Madison Cool, this is her event, the butterfly, and she's going really, really well. Nice to see her doing well on home turf. And solid swim from the Bucky swimmer.
Yeah, great swim there.
105.21.
Look fairly comfortable.
Did indeed. Coco Croxford a nice steady swim, 106.26. And third place, Orla McInnes. He'll be looking for something special this evening in the final in the 16-year-old category. 0, Zoe Crawford first. 1, Jessica Heaps, Falthouse Penguins. 2, Alice Mackey, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Megan Donovan, City Peterborough. 4, Stella McCarthy, City Glasgow. 5, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. 6, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. 7, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. 8, Holly McGill, Heart of Midlothian. And 9, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. There's some talent in this one.
There is, in middle lanes especially. Stella McCarthy, Ailey Robertson. Ailey's just been getting better and better at this event over the last year, really come through to the front. You know, it wasn't her speciality, I would say, prior to that, but she's very strong now, so I'd definitely watch out for her. Also, Stella McCarthy, obviously, great fly swimmer. Holly McGill won her event in the 200 last night.
Ailey was only 7th in this event last year. As you say, Stuart, she's really come to a fore with this. Yeah, very good all-rounder.
Absolutely, something's just really clicked. I think she's always strong in the fly, but now it seems to be, you know, possibly her strongest stroke. So she's looking strong, good at the moment, and I think she's going to give up that lead towards the finish.
No, I don't think so.
Late charge from Stella.
Stella gets that.
Oh, she pips on the post there. Just as we were saying, it was safe, Robert.
Yeah. Of course, she's the national champion. Stella McCarthy last year as 16-year-old in the 17-18 category. This again, Stella McCarthy, that is her event. Like it is very much for last from Bucky, Madison Cool. So we'll give you the 16-year-old 200 freestyle finalists: Evan Davison, Zach Slater, James Bodie, Edward Bell, Lucas Johnson, Tory Liversidge, Tom Armitage, Rory Stobie, Adam Thompson, Thomas Trainer, Rory Calvert and Cameron Gold are our 2 reserves. In the 17-year-olds and 18s, Luke Hornsey, Brodie Gordon-Gibson, Sean McCann, Finn Drysdale, Scott Fleming, Finlay Clubb, Micah Van Blair, Sarah Bullen, Nathan Campbell, Ed Brown, Lucas Brown and Jake Gibson are our 2 reserves.
Cedar Gillen, Nathan Campbell, Ed Brown, and your finalists Lucas Brown and Jake.
Lucas Brown and the screen there, a butterfly times on the board. And next we're moving on to the boys 100-metre butterfly.
Yeah, we'll hopefully bring you the finalists for the 16 and 17-year-olds. We'll quickly give you the 15-year-olds: Madison Cool, Coco Croxford, Kiana Kurtza, Christy Brecon, Leila Witherspoon, Phoebe Arbuckle, Eve Wood, Anna Tachenko, Natalie Moody, Rosie Heaps, Alice Cumming, Kira Gregg are our 2 reserves. Our first heat.
So Innes Gow in 0, Geary, Caleb Geddes in 1 from Belsilt, Adam Prusik, Aberdeen Dolphin in 2, Noah Lucatelli in 3 from Wander Bass, South Lanarkshire swimmer Ian Mitchell in 4, Magden Morris and 5 from Ren 96, Daniel Haynes 6 from West Lothian, 7 Declan Kay, East Lothian, 8 Ashton Kerrich from Glenrothes, and 9 Finlay Geddes from Lerwick. Times here 107.5 through to 109.85. A good start by Adam Prusik, 29.54 I should say, so under the 30-second mark. The swimmer in lane 2 there from Aberdeen Dolphin. Challenging him in 5, Magnus Morris from Ren 96, and also in 4, Ewan Mitchell, South Lanarkshire. But very strong swim here by Adam Prusik. His entry is 108.6. He's going to be well underneath that time. 105.47, about over 3 seconds off entry.
Great swim. Magnus Morris 105.91 and 106.25 in third place. Ewan Mitchell. Finalists for that 15-year-old butterfly, 16-year-old butterfly: Catherine Renfrew, Heidi Wren, Ailey Robertson, Orla McInnes, Megan Donovan, Charlotte Thompson, Susie McNair, Zoe Crawford, Georgia Dickey, Alexander Miller, Helen Stoddart and Caitlin Urquhart, our reserves. On to heat number 2. Fabio Farini, Warner Bass in 0. Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bass 1. 2, Connor Christophorus, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Jed Armitage, Highland Swim Team. 4, Callum McLaughlin, City Glasgow. 5, Fraser Curry, South Ayrshire. 6, Lewis Gow, Tiverton. 7, Rory Gallagher, Warner Bass. 8, Luke Livingston, Best, and 9, Nathan Wilson from Carnegie.
Great start in 5 there, Robert, from Fraser Curry, South Ayrshire swimmer. Also in 1, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bass.
It's the Renfrew Bass swimmer,
yeah, he just sneaks past there at the wall. So Ewan Watson, Fraser Curry, Cal McLaughlin. So again, Ewan Watson underneath the 30-second mark. So it'll be either one of these middles or Ewan who takes it, I would think, at this point. Fraser Cowie looking very strong towards the finish here. Fraser Cowie's entry 106.1, and he's going to smash that, no doubt. 103.85, so well under that time. Fraser Cowie, fantastic swim there. Ewan Watson in second, 105.06, and Lewis Gow in third, 105.45.
Now to heat number 2, we have in 0, Josh Stevens, Wonder Bass Club. 1, Kate McLaughlin, Mulgan Bearsden. 2, Richard Laws, Cooper and District. 3, Ishmael Shalaby, Wonder Bass Club. 4, Sam Cool, Stepbrook. 5 is Calder Murphy from Carnegie. 6, Kane Buchanan, Dundee City Aquatic. 7, Dylan McCombie, South Aberdeenshire. 8, Aaron Steele, South Lanarkshire. And 9, Oscar Chirnside from Geary. Good start in lane 5, I think, from Calder Murphy, Carnegie.
Calder, he's not long out the pool from the last event, 400 freestyle, but yeah, good start there.
Aaron Steele also going well. Aaron Steele, I think, might just be the leader, and maybe in lane 4.
Sam Cool, yeah.
Cool, 30.02 together. Cade McLaughlin and Calder Murphy not far behind. Good time and good turn. Aaron Steele over in lane 8 is still well there. Not much between them. There's 4 swimmers all in a line here. Finishing like a train, Dylan McCrombie is South Aberdeenshire in lane 7. I think he might be snatching this one, Stuart. It's very like tight. Oh, it's very tight indeed.
Come right to the touch, I think.
Lane 1, lane 7 and 5.
Cade and McLaughlin. Yeah. Called that right as always, Robert. Dylan McCombie 105.06. Calder Murphy 105.25.
Good swims, lads. And to our 4th heat, Dan Hall, University of Aberdeen performance goes in 0. 1, Liam Gorzinski from Montefief. 2, Rory Stobie, Wonder Bass Club. 3, Logan Scally, University of Aberdeen performance. We'll just reset.
So moving on to
Rory Stobie
Logan Scully, as I say, in lane 3 and 4, Charlie McLaren, South Aberdeenshire. 5 is Callum Gold, Aberdeen Dolphins. 6, Fraser Stewart, Step Rock. 7, Ben King, Mulgan Bearsden. 8, Karen Gill from First. And 9, Lewis Muir from Carnegie. We'll look for far side. Cameron Gill going well.
Great start from Cameron. Over in lane 8.
Don't discount Liam Gorzinski. He's been doing very well in backstroke and surprisingly well on breaststroke. But can he do something special in butterfly here? The 95th swimmer in lane 2. Still going well. Cameron Gill over on that far side. And coming through in lane 5 is Callum Gold, Aberdeen Dolphins. It's very, very tight. Over in lane 8, I think it's still Cameron Gill. And then 5, Callum Gold and Liam Gorzinski. It's over the far side. Cameron Gill, Liam Gorzinski, Callum Gold. 1:02.25. Cracking swim from those lads.
Yeah. 2.5 seconds off there for our winner of that heat, Cameron Gill. Very impressive swim. As we go on to heat 5, Vigo Savage, 0 Bathgate. 1 Jack Lorimer Eithin. 2 Jack Mitchell, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3 Hugh McLeod, South Lanarkshire. 4 James Gordon, Perth City. 5 Ryan Broadley from Broch. 6 Benji Jeffries from South Ayrshire. 7 Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swim. 8 Jaden Chan from Carnegie. 9 Alexander Stewart from Highland. Quickest here, well, this is really close. It's all 1:03s, but the quickest by a fraction. James Gordon on the 3:57 in lane 4. Got off to a good start, James, as did Benji Jeffries in 6, and over the near side here, lane 0 and 1, Vigo Savage, Jack Lorimer, both going well. So pretty close. Lane 1, 4 and 6, and it is lane 6, Benji Jeffries, 28.29. It's the quickest we've seen.
It looks as though he's flying compared to the rest, but Jack Lorimer also well there.
Yeah.
Good race here. Don't discount the 2 lads, Jack Lorimer, Vigo Savage on this near side. For the moment, it's looking good for Benji Jeffries to hang on here. Then from James Gordon, Benji Jeffries going to take this. Benji Jeffries in lane 4.
What a swim.
In lane 0, Vigo Savage. So Benji Jeffries, James Gordon, Vigo Savage times on your screen 1:00.77. Oh, that's a cracking swim.
Almost breaking the minute mark. 3 seconds off entry.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So Benji Jeffries there. He took it out very hard, and I thought too hard.
Yeah.
And then he did hang on, and he kept his strength up. So that was great technique. So on to the next heat, heat 6. 0 Fergus Curry at Mulgai Bearsden. 1 Blair Woodward, Portobello. 2 Adam Curry, South Ayrshire. 3 Joe Carter, Delting. 4 Kel Mitchell from Geary. 5 David Landman, City of Glasgow. 6 Owen Williamson from East Lothian. 7 Manor Drysdale, Warren Bass. 8 Dean Bargatti, South Lanarkshire. 9 Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. Pretty close off the blocks. Possibly Dean Bargatti.
Looks like Dean. Yeah. Hamilton-based swimmer, swimming for South Lanarkshire. Just touched out Joe Carter there. We got that's very receptive, Stuart.
Yep.
You got that impression. I agree with you. It looked like it was Dean, but Joe Carter 28.41. Similar split. Can he keep this strong pace going? He's certainly giving it everything down the final stretch. So from Delting is really flying, and can he get close to that minute? It's going to be pretty near it.
Yeah, that's a very strong swim there. And 1:07.1, just a fraction quicker than Benji Jeffries, about 600ths. But great swim there from Joe Carter to take that heat fairly comfortably. Kel Mitchell in second, 1:02.87. Dean Bargatti in third, 1:03.29. So some good swims going in now.
Yeah, nice swim from Dean Bargatti, a 15-year-old in third place. 0 Turn Liversidge, South Aberdeenshire. 1 Ross Anderton, East Lothian swim team. 2 Fraser McLaughlin, Elgin. 3 Leighton Burr, University of Aberdeen performance. 4 Lewis Austin Highland Swim Team. 5 Cameron Shaw first. 6 Kanish Karabuti from Hamilton Aquatics. 7 is Caelan Johnston Lyric. 8 Rudy Webster Dumfries, and 9 Jonah Turnbull from Midlothian. Going very well over in lane 8. Rudy Webster from Dumfries, he's flying, Stuart.
Yeah, great start from Rudy. And coming through again in the middle, just like it happened the previous heat. Just the final part of this first 50. Cameron Shaw in lane 5, 28.38. Lewis Austin in 4.
Sure,
but just fraction behind Rudy.
I'm sure there's something wrong with those pads over in lane 8.
Well, I think, yeah, I stick by lane 8 going ahead off the blocks, but then others tend to pull it back just at the end of the 50 there.
And here comes Lewis Austin from the Highland Swim Team to take this one. And flying in lane 1, Ross Anderton, East Lothian. It's the 2 middle lanes, I think. Well, lane 7, it's lane 8. 8, 4 and 7, I think. Rudy Webster.
Yep, an early leader. Also had a good finish. 101.25 from Rudy.
Lewis Austin in 4, 101.64, and in 7, Caelan Johnston, 101.70. Very tight finish again there.
Yeah, some good swims. It's going to be so far. The guys that have made the final. It's going to be very tight. But we've got our seeded heats now. And it's heat 8. Lane 1, Magnus Bullock, Shetland. 1, James Burnett. 1, Dabas. 2, Lucas Johnson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries. 4, Brodie Gordon Gibson, 1, Dabas. 5, Evan Davidson, Perth City. 6, Conrad Slesser, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Andrew Brodie, Aberdeen Dolphin. 8, Callum Sinclair, West Lothian. And 9, Robson Miles, City of Glasgow. It does look like lane 5 this time. Going ahead, Evan Davidson, Perth City swimmer, but over in lane 7, Andrew Brodie, Aberdeen Dolphin. That's our 1-2 off the turn. Actually, it's Conrad Slesser's just nicked it there, so lane 6, Conrad. So Brodie Gordon Gibson, Conrad Slesser, James Burnett. But look at that in lane 5 from Evan Davidson. Looking very strong now.
It's Brodie Gordon Gibson. You're maybe ahead of yourself.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong heat here. Apologies.
Brodie Gordon Gibson looking very comfortable in this one, Stuart.
That's a lane difference, sorry.
Yeah.
It was a lane, Evans in 5, so Brodie well ahead.
7. Andy Brodie takes second, 56.82. Very comfortable swim from Brodie. Andrew Brodie, Aberdeen Dolphins in second.
So my eyes would deceive me there. Apologies for that.
It happens, yeah.
So that's my one mistake out of the way for the session, Robert. It only happens once, honest.
That looks like an empty lane in 2 here. Kenzie McLean in 0, Perth City 1, Lucas Brown Elgin. Empty lane in 2, 3 Scott Fleming, South Lanarkshire, 4 Tom Robertson, Aberdeen Dolphins, 5 Kieran Lennox, Aberdeen Performance, 6 Lewis Gray in Clyde, 7 Adam Scott Ren into 6, 8 David Smith, Glenn Rothis, and 9 Connor Stewart Stirling swim. We've got some top quality butterfly swimmers, Tom Robertson, Kieran Lennox, Scott Fleming. In the middle lanes, the 2 local lads, Tom Robertson and Kieran Lennox, going really, really well. Tom Robertson
took the silver, the 50 fly, bronze 200. So really good fly swimmer. We'd expect to see him out in front. Next to Tom, and also going well, Kieran Lennox. That's our top 2, Scott Fleming as well in lane 3. Looks strong. So looks like it will be Tom Robertson, 18-year-old from Aberdeen Dolphin. He'll take this heat. Tom Robertson takes it, Kieran Lennox second, Scott Fleming third, so 56.61, quickest time we've seen so far from Tom Robertson. Let's move on to our final heat.
Yeah. Tom and Brodie swam really, really well last week at the British in the qualifying junior final. Some faster than their entry times, and in this one we have Stephen Krabs, who did similar last week. 0 Jensen Norris Per City 1, Matthew McMillan Incas 2, Cameron Hastings University of Aberdeen Performance 3, Finlay Club Aberdeen Dolphins 4, Stephen Kravitz East Lothian Swim Team 5, Dean Fern Aberdeen Dolphins 6, Sarah Golan Warner Bass 7, Fergus Woodward Portobello 8, Jake Gibson University of Aberdeen Performance, and 9, Callum Morgan from Aquabears. Aquabears, Rochdale in Lancashire. And going strongly is Dean Fern.
Yeah. Strong favourite for this, Stephen Kravitz in 4. Whether he gives it absolutely everything or not, I'm not sure, but he was the gold medalist in the 200. And looking very strong off that turn and making up that pull now. It was Dean Fern, Stephen Kravitz well clear of the rest.
Dean also in that junior final last week. So both these swimmers, different age groups. Dean only 15. And whether Stephen's really bothered about winning this heat, I don't think he is. Third place will be Finlay Club. So 2 Dolphins, first and third. East Lothian Swim Team, Stephen Kravitz between them, 56.93.
I think we'll see something extra from Stephen in the final.
Indeed. Sarah Golan probably doing enough to get into the final as well on just over a minute. Our finalists for that older age group in the girls section: Stella McCarty, Anna Willis, Holly McGill, Alice Mackey, Ariana Stokes, Isabel Wood, Mila Gow, Katie Rose, Ella Stevenson and Melissa Mainwaring. Anna Green and Jessica Heaps are our 2 reserves. So our boys 15-year-old final for this evening: Dean Fern, Karen Hastings, Kanish Chakraborty, Ross Anderton, Kenzie McLean, Dean McGatty, Fraser Cowie, Jensen Norris, Ewan Watson, Lewis Gow, Anna Prusick and Sam Cool are 2 reserves.
Finalists are Stella McCarty, Hannah Willis,
Lucas Johnston, Benji Jeffries, Evan Davison, Callum Sinclair, Rory Webster, Adam Scott, James Burnett, Callum Morgan, Caroline Gill, Finlay Nelson, Fraser McLaughlin and Liam Gorzinski. That's the reserves for and finalists for our 16-year-olds. And the older age group: Tom Robertson, Brodie Gordon, Gibson, Stephen Kravitz, Kieran Lennox, Finlay Club, Scott Fleming, Andrew Brodie, Sarah Gulan, David Smith, Joe Carter, Conrad Slesher and Matthew McMillan, our 2 reserves. And so far, Stuart, no swim-offs.
No swim-offs yet. Yeah, we know how we love these swim-offs up here. The swimmers don't like them, but although they always put in PBs when they have swim-offs, if you notice. Yeah, we'll see. Still quite a few swims to go, so in fact the 50 back, that's one that could definitely produce a swim-off.
11 heats, Stuart, and this, we replicate all the events this afternoon with the exception of the 50s. No backstroke, no 50s for the younger age groups. That's been scrubbed, which I won't complain about.
Yeah, it's to, I suppose, to encourage the younger swimmers to go for the longer events, not always focus on the 50s, which are, I suppose not always completely down to technique, especially freestyle. You can just absolutely batter through that and get a good time, not necessarily in the longer events.
So Ciara Gregg in 3, Kirsty Breek in 4, Ailey McNichol 5, Sophie Ellison in 6, and it's Sophie Ellison, I think, over on the far side, is just dropping out, but Ciara Gregg is going to take this, I think, from Ailey McNichol and Kirsty Breeken.
Yep.
That's your 1, 2, 3 in the first heat, 34, 53.
Just a fraction off entry there from Ciara, so a good swim. All 15-year-olds in that heat.
Some of these times will actually be times out of a 50-metre pool. For a lot of the swimmers, they'll have swum that, possibly at Toll Cross in the west, Comic Pool in the east, and certainly up here at Aberdeen Sports Village in the north, and maybe some of the Midland swimmers had that opportunity to do that at the joint meet a month or two, about a month or so back. So in our second heat we've Alice Finlay, Lucy Carter, Natalie Moody, Caitlin Parnaby, Molly Weir, Addison Cole, Missy Carter, Leah Rafferty, Emily Chong and Erin Bright.
No swimmer in 0, Robert. I just noticed that at the start there. So no Alice Finlay, but we have the rest of the field. Good start over there in 7 from Leah Rafferty, Aston Barton. We'll see also the lanes closest to us going well, so Lucy Carter, Natalie Moody. So quickest in this, Harrison Cole, 34.00. It's pretty close right the way across.
Natalie Moody, I think, in 2 from lane 1, and in 4. Yep. Natalie Moody, Lucy Carter, Molly Weir, 33.76. Natalie Moody took that. Improves on her entry time by about a third or so of a second. Good to see that.
Yeah, nice swim there.
So heat 3, Amelia Leslie, Ashley Drake, Ella Pullman, Lauren Anderson, Caitlin Peebles, Freya Dand, Cara Gamble, Jessica Smith, Erin Coulter, and Emma Jupp. Emma Jupp, I don't think taking part in this one, so just the 9 to go.
On to heat 3 now in 0, Amelia Leslie, 1, Ashley Drake.
Off to go at this early stage. It's difficult from this angle, but we'll find out shortly who we think has got a lead. I think it's maybe lane 1, Ashley Drake. Good start by Ashley, Wanda Bass swimmer. She looks to be going clear of the field with every stroke. Very strong. So Ashley, silver medalist in the 50 freestyle. But late charge from the middle lanes here is Ashley Drake, who just actually, it's a joint first. Oh, you're talking about swim-offs, Robert, think that will produce one?
Well, there is a possibility, some of the earlier heats, if they've scooped into a final or maybe even a reserve spot. On to heat number 4, Fern Gray in 0 to 9, Elizabeth Morgan, Iona Casapidis, Hannah Anderson, Kira Pemble, Amber Edgerton, Imogen Lau, Sophie Adair, and Victoria Grabowska, Taylor Smith. We did our swim off on a 200 backstroke, I think, yesterday, Stuart. Most unusual, but both the swimmers wanted to do it, so
yeah, both get personal bests as well off the swim off, so worth doing. I think that was actually for a reserve spot as well, wasn't it? Even
second reserve, yeah. It would normally have been a toss of the cow, but going well in lane 6 is Imogen Lau. She is just beginning to pull away, Stuart.
Yeah, good start off the blocks there, and just kept it going. Imogen.
It's anybody's for second place. Lane 1 from lane 4 was Elizabeth Morgan and Kira Pemble second and third, but not about the winner, Imogen Lau, 33.40, and takes that in a 32.88. Good half a second improvement. Good to see.
In the 32 territories for the backstroke. So heat 5, 0 Grace Courtney, East Lothian, 1 Anna McNeil, Aberdeen Dolphin, 2 Sarah Stewart, Mulgai Bearsden, 3 Naomi Wilson, Wanda Bass, 4 Rebecca Cole, South Lanarkshire, 5 Iona Henderson, South Lanarkshire, 6 Grace McPherson, Aberdeen Dolphin, 7 Simone Finlayson, Dundee City Aquatics, 8 Amber Littlejohn, University of Aberdeen Performance, 9 Emily Dickens, City of Glasgow. Just a slight delay there before we get going on this one.
Looks like we're in. Oh no, it looked from my angle if there was no swimmer in 9, but there is.
Yep, so at least they're not hanging off the blocks here. That's always worse, isn't it? When there's a delay and they've got their arms holding their bodies up. It's not the most pleasant, but off they go. And good reaction time there. Anna McNeil, Grace Courtney, McPherson, Amber Littlejohn. So we'll see who's in the lead. It looks as if it's possibly lane 0. East Lothian swimmer Grace Courtney, but going well now in 5. Iona Henderson from South Lanarkshire, and coming through as well strongly in 3, Naomi Wilson, Wanda Bass, but it looks like Iona Henderson will take this one.
5.86.
Yeah.
Iona Henderson, well 32.89. Amber Littlejohn from Aberdeen Performance, and Grace McPherson, Aberdeen Dolphins, second and third. So another one sub 33, almost spot on the same time as the previous heat. Isla Dobson, Brooke Rogerson, Rose McLean, Zucia Smith, Alex Coy, Milla MacArthur, Emma Silcock, Rona Anderson, Lucy McLeod and Rosie Liston. That's the 10 going in heat number 6.
Very good start out there in the second outside. There, lane 8, Lucy McLeod.
Good start in the second lane in, Rose McLean, Perth City. Coming through strongly is Alex Coy, Wonderbath in 4, and over in lane 8, Stuart, is Lucy McLeod from first. And I think it's just the Perth swimmer in 4 who looks as though she's going to take this. It's pretty tight.
Zusia Smith coming through as well.
4, 8 and 3.
Yeah.
Well, Zusia Smith did get second place, and Ella Dobson, City Glasgow, in third place, but that was a very tight finish for the minor places. No doubt about the winner though. Alex Coy, Wonderbath seems to have taken that, 32.43. We'll wait for that just to be confirmed. Zusia Smith.
Yep.
And it was indeed lane 8, Lucy McLeod, as I thought, who got third, 32.91,
Yep.
but obviously an adjusted time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. That's what happens. They don't hit the pads hard enough. But we have options to get a time for a swimmer. Sophie Kendall, Lucy Atherton, Tamia Schultz, Kirsty Gilmore, Helen Stoddart, Ilsa Clubb, Anna Easton, Maya Cheshire, Ola Miles, Libby Doubleday.
Very close in entry here again. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. But good start in lane 4. Helen Stoddart, East Lothian. But there's 2 swimmers outside to her. Ilsa Clubb, Anna Easton. Going well, and these are the 3 out in the lead just now. Lane 4, Helen Stoddart. Just winning by a fraction.
Ilsa Clubb might just sneak this one. Also in 0, it's 6.5 and 0 maybe.
Yeah, late charge there in 0. Good finish.
It's 3:32.54. Sophie Kendall from Corby. Anna Easton, Dundee City Aquatics, 32.58 and 32.60.
A lot of similar times. There's not going to be a lot between these swimmers.
So our first seeded heat. No, beg your pardon. We've still got
one more.
One more. In fact, we've got one more for the seeded. Alice Mackey, Erin McGavin, Emma Finlay, Justin McLeod, Alison Wood, Anna Tishenko, Lucy McPartland, Safina Machin, Bronwyn Payne, Grace Noonan.
Yeah, good starting 4. Alison Wood, Helen Swimmer. Sometimes these starts can make all the difference, can't they, over the 50 metres? Starts and finishes. Although the in between bit's quite important too. But yeah, she's gone off quickly and she's held on to it, and looks like she'll take it.
Well, 4, 8, and 6. Oh well, very, very close there. Alison Wood, Anna Tishenko, Lucy McPartland, 4, 5 and 6. That's the finish order. Now to the seeded heats. In 0, Zara Smith. 1, Melissa Menny. 2, Ailey Armstrong. 3, Lucy Stoves. 4, Anna Green. 5, Kenna Kurtzer. 6, Drew Mackenzie. 7, Maria Howe. 7 is Jessica Beaton. And 8, Rosie Foster. Well, this is where we get the backstroke specialists. Anna Green, Kenna Kurtzer, 2 wonder swimmers.
You should see that arrow shape develop, but it doesn't always happen, especially in a 50. Yeah, Kenna Kurtzer, quickest seed in this, 30.3, and she's looking good. But next to Kiana, in fact, it's Anna Green who's gone out very quickly in 4, and next to her, Lucy Stoves. So Drew Mackenzie as well looking good, so it'll come down to the touch.
Drew Mackenzie,
Anna Green
together almost.
Just by a fraction.
Yeah, and Lucy Stoves. Anna Green 30.23, Drew Mackenzie 30.42, and Lucy Stoves. I think that'll be good to get them on to the final this evening.
Yep.
Kenna Kurtzer, 15-year-old, I'm sure will be in the mix as well. Penultimate heat: Emily Cumming, Madison Cool, Eve Wood, Megan Donovan, Heidi Wren, Hannah Willis, Katie Rose, Natalie Marshall, Holly Gilly and Mia McLeod. Just look how far lane 4 Heidi Wren gets off the wall before she surfaces.
Yeah. Absolutely right, Robert. I think she was just a bit last to surface, possibly just inside her, Megan Donovan.
Yeah.
Around the same. Yeah. Really important, the underwater part of the race. But they're neck and neck at the moment. Heidi Wren, Hannah Willis.
Yeah, just the Glasgow girls, and either side. Katie Rose going well. It's Hannah Willis, Katie Rose, Heidi Wren.
Oh, Katie Rose took it.
Yeah, Katie Rose.
Didn't look like that in the touch, did it? We'll see what happens.
Didn't look like that. We'll wait for that just to be confirmed. Sometimes these touches can be a bit dodgy when they hit the pads. Sometimes they don't necessarily register. And if we come back to what we had earlier on, there is a backup button that our officials press. Should the pad not register, that is then used as the time for the swimmer.
Yep.
And then should that malfunction, we do have a stopwatch.
We've got paper and pens.
We do.
Yeah. Hopefully with neat handwriting. As the third option there, but yeah,
well,
Hannah Willis.
It was Hannah, yeah, well, it was a soft touch. 30.54, Katie Rose, and the Morpeth swimmer, Holly Gilly, getting third from lane 8. Final heat: Ella Gilmurray, Dundee City Aquatics goes in 0. Isabel Abernethy, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Zoe Crawford first. 3, Gabby Freeman, Morpeth. 4, Melissa Mainwaring, Swim West Lothian. 5, Amy Shields, City Glasgow. 6, Fern Crichton, Dundee City Aquatics. 7, Ella Stevenson, City Glasgow. 8, Amber Stevenson, South Ayrshire. And 9, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld.
Quick reaction there from Amber Stevenson. Hopefully that keeps going. We'll see what happens here. So yeah, in the middle lanes there, stretching ahead. Lanes 3, 4 and 5 actually. So we've got Gabby Freeman, Melissa Mainwaring, Amy Shields. But looking strong here, the Morpeth swimmer in lane 3, Gabby Freeman. And she will take this one, 30.18. Good strong swim there.
Melissa Mainwaring and Amy Shields both sub 30, so maybe they were saving themselves for this evening's final. Gabby Freeman taking up pretty comfortably at the end of the day. So I'll give you the 50 backstroke. We now have that for you. Gabby Freeman, Kiana Kurtzer, Holly Gilly, Eve Wood, Melissa Menny, Erin Ferris, Anna Tichenko, Ella Gilmurray, Madison Cool, Ailsa Clubb, Imogen Lure and Amber Littlejohn are reserves. And the 16-year-olds: Heidi Wren, Rosie Foster, Megan Donovan, Maria Howe, Alison Wood, Zoe Crawford, Mia McLeod, Anna Easton, Isabel Abernethy and Safina Machin, Bronwyn Payne and Helen Stoddart are 2 reserves. And in the older age group, Anna Green, Drew McKenzie, Lucy Stoves, Hannah Willis, Melissa Mainwaring, Amy Shields, Katie Rose, Ella Stevenson, Natalie Marshall and Hayley Armstrong. Emily Cumming and Fern Crichton are 2 reserves. So that's you bang up to date with all the finalists for this evening for all the first 4 events, sort of first 5 events we've had. We now move on to our 6th event. Again, this is heats and finals this evening. There are 5 heats of boys 15 to 18 400 metre individual medley. So we have 10 in our first heat, which is good for us. Johnny Martin in Perth City is in lane 0. Alex Taylor, East Lothian Swim Team 1. 2, Luke McCall from Warner Bass. 3, Lachlan Bremner, Highland Swim Team. Then 5, Finlay Watson, South Lanarkshire. 5, Inniscow Geary. 6, Niall Wilson, Warner Bass Club. 7 is Jake Ferguson first. 8, Finch Geary, Step Rock. And 9, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Baths. We've got 10 to times 5:14.90 through to 5:29.87. So around a 15-second gap, fastest to slowest. But it's all about getting all 4 sections performed as best they can, and a good strong start in the butterfly. Finlay Watson from South Lanarkshire has gone out pretty well, Stuart, in the first 100, coming to that 100, and 108.82. Niall Wilson and Hugh Watson about a second to a couple of seconds further back onto the backstroke. So it's backstroke the second section, breaststroke third, and freestyle to finish with. And the swimmers must complete every section of the IM, must do a quarter of the section in that stroke order: fly, back, breast and freestyle.
A really good start there in the fly by Finlay, you say, Robert. Second place, pretty tight. Rio Wilson and Ennisgout turning together. So we'll see what happens here, but yeah, good turn there in lane 6 from Rio Wilson, the Bath swimmer. Yeah, as well as using their best disciplines, their strength. It's all about stamina. 400 metre IM. It's always interesting to see how things change, chop and change with each discipline. And if you can do all 4 well, then all the better.
Well,
so Finlay Watson there.
He's going out pretty well. Can he hold it together on the breaststroke? This is he's got a good advantage at the moment, but they could all come back on the breaststroke. Second place, Ryan Wilson, who's 7th at the East Districts. That would have been at in a short course, so that will be a short course conversion for Ryle. And Ennisgout coming through very strongly now on the breaststroke section. His entry time in this pool here in the North District age group, where he finished 3rd, 5th at the summer meet last year. So expect the Geary swimmer perhaps to be maybe leading at the final turn or the final section. At the moment he's eaten a big chunk, over 2 seconds into that lead.
Yeah, he's a good strong breaststroker in this, isn't he? Would I be right in saying he's got a sibling who's quite decent?
Yes, yes indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, it's runs in the family.
Also going pretty well, Luke McCall and Lachlan Bremner in lanes 2 and 3, and in 7 Jake Ferguson from first also tried to get into the mix. But as I half suspected, Dennis, who's just sneaked into the lead. There's not all in it though, Stuart. Still all to play for. There's 3 or 4 all in a hunt for this first heat.
Yeah, good turn there by Ennis. So at the moment he's actually probably gained even more of the early part of this freestyle. And fighting back here in lane 3 as well, Lachlan Bremner, the Highland swimmer, he's come into the picture. And he's making up ground on Finlay Watson. So Finlay just trying to fend him off. Ennisgout though looks pretty strong at the moment. Fancy him to take this. 50 metres to go, but it's quite a lot to make up in freestyle, the distance that he's created there. A really good turn there by Lachlan Bremner now, and he's moved into 2nd place, and he could be making a surge towards the finish.
Looking at a finish very much on their entry times in this 5:15, Lucky Bremner 5:15.50. Well, there's not much in it in his scout. I think it's just pulling out just enough to hold on. Yeah, and this guy's going to take this Stuart from Lachlan Bremner, and between them our early leader Finlay Watson will get 3rd. So just inside their entry times, Ennis and Lachlan, so that's a good start for our IM. 5:13.52, 5:14.14. Finlay Watson just a fraction outside his entry time on 5:16.82.
A couple of seconds off Ennisgout there. It's a good strong swim. So going to second heat. So yeah, it's the final swimmer finishing off there. So the second heat we move on to. So lane 0 from Dumfries, Luke Scott. 1 from Midlothian, Toby Bullock. 2 from University of Aberdeen Performance, Dan Hall. 3 also from University of Aberdeen Performance, Jack Mitchell. 4 from Inverclyde, Luke Garrity. 5 from Elgin, Taylor Sinclair. 6 from Mulgai Bearsden, Fraser Donaldson. And 7 Royce Kingelis from City of Glasgow. 8 Tyler Stewart, South Lanarkshire. 9 Cameron Gill from First. So 5:13:52 quickest time so far on the board. With the times in this one range from 5:05:20 through to 5:13:60. So Luke Garrity, quickest on paper here. He's the swimmer that goes in lane 4, but quickest start is out there in lane 9. Cameron Gill from First. Very quick off the blocks there.
There's a few useful breaststrokers. Luke Garrity, pretty useful, and Royce Kringelis. So if they're a little bit off the pace at halfway, we'd expect them to make a move in the third section of the race.
Yeah, sub 30 second to fly there over the first 50 from Cameron. So taking this one out quickly. Second place at the moment in lane 5, Taylor Sinclair, Elgin swimmer, and he's looking strong over this fly leg as well. It's going to be Cameron Gill who leads as he goes into his backstroke. So 105.27 is the split there for the fly.
Very much faster than that first heat. 4 or 5 of those swimmers under that 108. Split from the first one.
Nice smooth backstroke from Cameron, but coming up in 5. Taylor Sinclair. And we'll see if any other swimmers can make a move over this backstroke. Again, you're never going to get a full out rapid looking backstroke in a 400 IM, so a little bit underwater and being controlled. But Cameron still ahead. The halfway point of the backstroke, and he's actually lost a bit of second to Trevor Sinclair in lane 5 over that first half of the backstroke, and Fraser Donaldson again gaining a little bit of ground there, so he's sitting in third. So they're just eking away at that lead now, and it looks as if it will be Taylor Sinclair just edging into the lead.
Finalist in this event last year and at the summer meet, so he'll want to get himself into the final if he can this evening. Coming through very strongly on this side in lane 2, Dan Hall. Most of the action over on the far side at the moment, and Dan Hall with Toby Bullock and Luke Scott will make a move, I'm sure, over on this side.
Fraser Donaldson will get Bearsden. He came right through at the final stretch of that backstroke. But, next to him now,
and we have Royce Kringelis, as I half expected. Luke Garrity a long way back. He turned in 9th position. He's way off the pace. An awful lot, far too much really to do to be in the mix here.
Could make up a couple of places here, but you see Robert quite far back to be able to make up a massive chunk over 100 metres. But yeah, look at this over in lane 7. So Royce Kingelis really taking advantage of the breaststroke here. So Royce,
he's gone from about 4th to a very dominant first now. The Midlothian swimmer Tony Bullock is doing pretty well over on this side, along with Jack Mitchell.
Yeah, Royce Kingelis, 100 breaststroke bronze medalist, and he's now turned in first into the freestyle, so we'll see how much he's got left for that. And second place there into the free, Tyler Stewart. So he's come through now, the South Lanarkshire swimmer.
He's got 3-second advantage after that breaststroke. But Toby Bullock on this near side I'm sure will fancy his chances. The Midlothian swimmer really motoring on this near side.
Yeah, Toby seems to have he's the quickest stroke rate here. He's going for it through this freestyle.
Don't be surprised if he sneaks in at the very end here. Toby Bullock, I think, is now in the front. It's Toby Bullock is going to take this, Stuart. I'm certain of that. Second place, I think, will be Taylor Sinclair, and Royce Gillis will hang on, but Cameron Gill is flying at the death as well. Tony Bullock, Cameron Gill will be our 1-2. And in lane 7, Royce Gillis just hangs on. Cracking swim from Toby Bullock and also from Cameron Gill. 5:04.89.
Nearly 6 seconds off entry, Toby. And he's got a good engine. He's a good freestylist over the long distances, Toby. So that was a good swim there.
That might actually get both these boys into the final in 9th and 10th position, but we'll wait and see if that prediction is going to come true, because we've got 3 seeded heats ahead of us. In lane 0, Liam Gorzinski from Montefief. 1, Oscar Chirnside, Geary. 2, Aidan Bruce, Aberdeen Amateurs. 3, Harry Keogh, round 96. Logan van der Mullen, Stirling Swimming. 5 is Max Pelosi, City Glasgow. 6, Ewan Jones, Swim West Lothian. 7, Lewis Gow, Tiverton. 8, Guy Pelosi, City Glasgow. And 9, Tom Armitage from a Highland Swim team. Well, there's 5 16-year-olds in this one.
Great start here in 0, but just touched out there on that 50, first 50 by Max Pelosi. So Liam Gorzinski, Max Pelosi, both sub 30 seconds.
Well, if that's the case at the first 100, for Logan van der Mullen and Liam Gorzinski pushing on and possibly leading at the halfway mark. The 2 Pelosi boys going well in 5 and 8. Pretty useful breaststrokers, so I want to be thereabouts at halfway mark. But Logan van der Mullen will be relishing the backstroke section now, along with Liam Gorzinski at 1:04.72. We will have believe me, we will have a change of leader. I would expect. I'll be very surprised if Max can hang on, but he may surprise me. You never know.
You fancy Logan van der Mullen to make a charge?
I would expect him to make a wee bit of a charge in this backstroke section, along with Liam.
So yeah, he is indeed doing that now. So just drawing up level with Max and just nudging. Actually, it's Liam Gorzinski still holding on to it just by a fraction. So Liam Gorzinski, Logan van der Mullen, then Max Pelosi. 1, 2, 3 to the second half of the backstroke.
The 2 lads have decent, reasonable breaststrokes. Maybe not quite as good as Max Pelosi. Certainly, they've been working on their breaststroke during the season. Logan has certainly improved his breaststroke, as has Liam, and not much between the 2. So the Montefief lad has done pretty well to hang on there in the outside lane, but it's Logan, I think, just with the advantage at halfway. 2:23.50 for Logan.
Interesting technique there. Liam Gorzinski in the backstroke, just kind of a wee look to the side with every stroke. So that's quite. Everyone's got their wee different styles and things that they do. But yep, into the breaststroke now, where everything can change.
Tom Armitage on the far side going pretty well. So from the Highland Swim team. As I say, Logan van der Mullen and Liam Gorzinski working very hard on this breaststroke section, and certainly Max Pelosi, you can see 44.10, 44.30, respectable splits, but Max Pelosi's picked up a couple of seconds. Tom Armitage 45, so if Logan and Liam can be there or thereabouts, you kind of think that Logan van der Mullen will be the strong fancy to take this. The Montefiore boys doing pretty well, hanging in there. I did think that Max Pelosi would have gone past them, but good on the two boys for sticking with it as well. I think Liam's maybe just going to hang into turning second place, perhaps. Just in no more. It's Logan. 43.68 took over a second from Liam Gorzinski in that one. And we'll see what happens. Can Logan get close to a low 5 minutes? His entry time is 5:00.63. He's very much swimming around that pace. Liam 4:04.40. Let's hope that the Montefiore lad can get a PB. Max is still well there, and maybe Max Pelosi has gone second. Just well, we're certainly looking for Logan, probably finishing just a wee bit over 5 minutes.
Very strong freestyle swimmer, Logan van der Meulen. He's probably more renowned for free and back, but that was a pretty impressive breaststroke he put in there, and he's just opening up more pool towards the completion of his race. So Logan, 5 minutes, 0.63. Can he break the 5 minutes mark?
Not quite.
Not quite, just a fraction outside.
Liam Gorzinski's going to have a very good swim, very much on his entry time, 5:04.39. Well, how close can he get to a 5:04.40, Stuart?
Yeah, and exact same time as Tom Armitage, so dead heat there. Oh no, it's not. There's a
5:04.
My eyes would deceive me. There's 10th,
yeah.
10th between
That's
them.
all right.
Yeah.
Very good race. On to our penultimate heat. This is the first of the two seeded heats. Kenzie McLean, Per City in 0. Kyle Mitchell in 1 from Geary. 2, Nathan Campbell, Stirling Swimming. 3, Ben McLaughlin from Geary. 4 is Finlay Davis from Midlothian. 5, James Burnett, Wander Bass Club. 6, Jacob Light. He's from Morpeth. And in 7, Gregor Ross, City Glasgow. 8, Jacob Wood from Elgin. And in 9, William Shepherd from Perth City.
Quite even at the moment. It looks as if it is Nathan Campbell who is in the lead at the moment. So good start there. Also going well, James Burnett, also a very strong fly swimmer. Expected a good start from James. But there's not much in it. So Nathan, James, and also outside James, Jacob Light. Sorry, Finlay Davis, I should say, and 4 just inside. So lane 2 at the moment, Nathan Campbell will be in the lead after the butterfly, and he goes into his backstroke turn there, and it's Nathan Campbell, James Burnett, Jacob Light. Nothing much in it though. There's a bunch of swimmers there just within about a second of each other, but again good turn by Nathan Campbell.
Well, depending on what happens, Stuart, the next 2 heats, we might end up with a swimmer for a 400 IM.
We could do. I'm sure the swimmers will love that. If it's for a reserve spot, I wouldn't think they'd want to do it.
Well, it might be.
But it's still a leader of Nathan Campbell there. And in lane 6, going well now, Jacob Light. And yep, it is Jacob Light now who has moved into lead. Very strong backstroke there, so you'll see from these splits about half a second quicker. James Burnett is another couple of seconds quicker than Nathan Campbell, so they made that backstroke, the second half of that backstroke count.
Good for the green cap coming through. Finlay Davis from Midlothian.
And now start to move through in the middle is
Very strong so far, Finlay Davis. You can't miss him with the cap on.
Yeah,
Finlay Davis is good breaststroker. Took the silver in 200 breast.
ran up in this event last year, but I'd gone over to Glenrothes back end of last year to officiate on the Sunday, and the 400 IM was on, and it was a cracking race. Finlay winning that against these Lothian boys, Stefan Kravitz and Luke Hornsey. He came through very strong in the breaststroke section, and really that put the stamp on the race. And he is the East District champion this year, and Colin Martin does a great job over at Midlothian with a fairly small squad. Always brings out some talented swimmers. Those of you who were with us the other day, Jamie Ferguson was swimming with the University of Aberdeen for Performance, 20-year-old next Midlothian swimmer. Very strong on that backstroke. There you have Finlay Davis, 3:42.02.
Yeah. It's a very good breaststroke there. Finlay Davis looking very good. He is the quickest on paper here, so the favourite for this heat, 4:40.40. Moving up next to him though.
Yeah, James Burnett's going well.
James Burnett, yeah, James Wander Bath's swimmer, made up about a second, almost a second in that previous 50, so if he does the same, it'll be close. But he has been fended off here by Finlay Davis, Midlothian, and I think he's just spotted the danger here, and he's digging in a little bit.
I don't think he'll be too worried, but James Burnett is a national age group champion, East District champion as well. But I think both the boys are just beginning to ease down that wee bit. They've done the business.
Yeah, comfortably ahead of the rest of the field there, and comfortably into the final later. So Finlay Davis, James Burnett, and who got third? It's Gregor Ross who came through into third place. So Gregor Ross, 15-year-old from City of Glasgow. Good swim there.
Yeah, he'll be a strong fancy in the younger age group, well, the 15-year-old age group this evening. Both third and second in that heat will be strongly fancied, and unfortunately disqualification for technical infraction in lane number 3. Certainly Gregor Ross and James Burnett, your money would be on them to be national champions in the 15 and 16-year-old age group respectively. That comes tonight.
Right, on to our final heat now, heat 5. James Boddy from Geary in 0. Kai Conley in 1 from City of Glasgow. 2 Fraser Tetlow from Geary. 3 Stefan Kravitz from East Lothian. 4 Robert Burgess from City of Glasgow. 5 Travis Davey, Dundee City Aquatics. 7 Thomas Traynor, South Lanarkshire. 6 Thomas Traynor, South Lanarkshire. 7 Ewan Weir, Dundee City Aquatics. 8 Calvin McDonald, and 9 Greg Hall, both teammates from University of Aberdeen Performance. Should be an interesting one, Robert. Would fancy that Robert Burgess would go very strongly in this one. Clear favourite on paper.
Yeah, he certainly is a clear favourite on paper. I was surprised to see Stefan go out strongly. I'm interested to see whether Stefan really pushes this one, because he'll know if he just swims within himself. He should be comfortably in this final this evening.
Yeah. Fairly slow, deliberate stroke there from Stefan. That's definitely not absolutely busting a gut here, but he's still in the lead. Also in lane 5, Travis Davey looking good over that fly. Stefan Kravitz, Travis Davey, Thomas Traynor. So split there, 34.01 from Stefan. And moving up into the leads is Travis Davey now in the pink cap there.
Yeah, Robert Burgess, I think just at the moment, although he's turned 6th, he's now gone 4th. He'll certainly come through strongly in the breaststroke section as well, so I don't think Robert will need to worry about pushing any panic buttons here. He's looking pretty relaxed even on the backstroke section.
Yeah, very strong backstroker, Robert Burgess. He's picked up a couple of golds already this week on the backstroke events. 100 back, 200 back. Looking very relaxed here, Robert.
Does indeed, doesn't he?
I wondered if he'd just up the pace a wee bit in the backstroke to feel a bit safer, but you know, he is moving through the pace, but it's all underwater, isn't it? Looks very, very easy, effortless. from Robert Burgess. So he's in a very secure third place now.
Watch the turns, different styles of the turns perhaps.
So turning first there, Stephen Kravis is taking that back on that back short leg, and he's turning at a 2:16.
Through the boys flipping over, whereas over in lane 7, Thomas Traynor touching and pushing off.
Yep, it's all down to personal preference. I'm not sure what the science is. Possibly if you get a turn, you get a bit more momentum in that kick-off into underwater. But look at the breaststroke here so far from Stefan Kravic.
Well, he's got a useful breaststroke as Stefan. Robert won't be worried too much about it. He's been more concerned about just getting a lane maybe in the middle. Won't matter whether it's 4 or 5 or 3 or 6. Just get in that final.
So Travis Davey and Stefan Kravic are similar entry times, both 4:46. Actually, Travis is about half a second quicker on entry.
Fraser Tetlow making a move to ensure that he's in this evening's final. The swimmer from Geary. Certainly Fraser Tetlow going pretty well now.
Fraser's taking advantage of that breaststroke. And again, it was very good 200 breast swimmer, Fraser, particularly. And it looks as if the top swimmers in this won't be too concerned about the positions in the final. So we'll see if they keep pushing it or just do enough to get there without breaking too much of a sweat. But yep, certainly looking very comfortable. Stefan Kravic, just a nice long flowing stroke there in his freestyle.
Fraser Tetlow's certainly come through very strongly, the Geary swimmer. And Geary have been doing very well at the age groups this week, doing a lot of distance stuff. The whole club does a whole cross-sectional event, so it's no surprise that they're getting their swimmers points all over the board, and that's really what we need to see across the whole of the Scottish clubs now pre-COVID.
Yeah, Geary are really putting in great performances. They're right up that leaderboard, aren't they, for the
World
teams?
Club? Yeah, they're doing fantastic. Stirling also doing pretty well.
As we know from Hannah Miley, and as she said various times, training at Geary, 25-metre pool, and that doesn't hold them back from being real great in this 50-metre pool events, the national events. So we're getting the results now in time order on the screen there for the 400 IM. So if you look through there, you'll see where the swimmers all fare in the order of things on the mixture of ages up there. So we'll find out shortly who finalists are.
Well, we might end up with a swim off. We'll wait and see. What I can tell you is that our 15-year-old finalists are Gregor Ross, Ewan Weir, Jacob Light, Kenzie McLean, Toby Bullock, Lewis Gow, Oscar Churnside, Aidan Bruce, Innes Gow, Lachlan Bremner, Jake Ferguson and Luke McCall are our 2 reserves. In the 16-year-old category, James Burnett, Thomas Traynor, Logan van der Meulen, James Bodie, Kai Connolly, Tom Armitage, Liam Gorzinski, Cameron Gill, Royce Gringalis, Greg Hall. Taylor Sinclair is our first reserve, and we don't know, but we have 2 swimmers joint 12th, the second reserve, 5:07.56, Harry Kirk and Tyler Stewart. So we'll wait and see if they want to do a swim off. They may well want the opportunity, or they may just say, no, one 400 IM this morning is one more than we need to do. Stefan Kravis, Finlay Davis, Robert Burgess, Fraser Tetlow, Travis Davey, Nathan Campbell, Kyle Mitchell, Jacob Wood, Max Pelosi, and Ewan Jones. That's the finalists for the older age group, and William Shepherd and Jack Mitchell are our 2 reserves.
Yeah. So these boys won't be going to the final. These the swim offs, maybe they want an extra swim. Possibly if they were in the final they wouldn't be caring as much. So yeah, back to the pool here. Girls 800 metre freestyle. So the swimmers we've got here: 0 Madeline Pattison, City of Glasgow. 1 Ella Pullman, Glenrothes. 2 Kristen Mackay, Perth City. 3 Ella Chambers from Iton. 4 Lucy Atherton from Heart of Midlothian. 5 Louise Connell from City of Glasgow. 6 Alice Perry, Warner Bass. 7 Eva Gordon, Stirling Swim. 8 Rosie Foster, Warner Bass. 9 Heather Kellett from Dumfries. So this is the first of 3 heats in our girls 800 metre freestyle. And after a good start there was Rosie Foster in lane 8, so she was the quickest over the first 100. 108.79 split. So a decent time there. The first 100 of an 800. So we'll see if that's too fast or if it's all part of the plan. Making up a wee bit of ground there, and 0 Madeline Pattison is the only green to say she's quicker than the previous split. But yep, the girls just settling into the race. So yeah, Rosie Foster still holding that lead at the moment. I was very interested to see how the swimmers approach these distance freestyle events. Some like to go out fairly hard and hold it, other ones would just hang back a wee bit and keep something in the tank, either for the middle or towards the latter stages of the race, but you can't let the others get too far ahead or you're out of contention. But again, we've got a mixture of age groups here. So Ella Chalmers in the 17-18 category in lane 3, and we've got Kristen Mackay in lane 2 who's 15, and also Madeline Pattison in 0-15, and the rest are 16. Oh sorry, Heather Kellett as well, who's 15, and the rest are 16. So swimming for different medals here, and it's heat declared winners in the 800s. So Rosie Foster still in the lead. Yeah, not too much in it, only about a second, less than a second between Rosie Foster and Eva Gordon.
Yeah, we'd like to see Eva Gordon have a good swim. She was down to swim at West Districts a couple of weeks ago, Stuart, and the pre-snags meet. She already had a qualifying time, but we'd want to use it as a practice event, and sadly she turned up a little late for the call and missed out in the swim, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. She's going pretty well on this one. 3:38.53 at the 300 mark. So pace wise we're pacing just a little bit under 10 minutes. Eva 9:56.40. She's pacing pretty close to that at the moment, and for all of the swimmers, it's in this first heat, it's very much try and get as close to your entry time or swim it faster if you can. Some of them won't have had much chance to do this in a 50 metre pool. Some of them will have had to do it short course. Swimmers like Lucy Atherton from Hearts, certainly I don't think we would have had the opportunity to do this for a while. She's currently 7th.
What these swimmers do race this, don't race it often, do they? They train it regularly, this distance, but racing's quite a different thing. And yeah, Eva would have been, sure, very disappointed to miss out on that swim at West Districts, but at least it wasn't. It didn't count.
It didn't count.
Qualifying for snags.
It was very much a practice event, as I say, Stuart.
But she's got a wee bit of competition next to her at the moment. Rosie Foster from Warrender. So she's just hanging on to her feet.
Yeah, Rosie will be certainly one of the swimmers, perhaps, who have swam an 800 like Lucy Atherton over at Glenrothes back end of last year. So these will be slightly older times, but qualifying times nevertheless for this event this morning. So Rosie Foster 10.00.60. Often with a point 1-0 or 2-0, you know, a 0 at the end would signify a conversion. Ella Pullman from Glenrothes, 9:58.30 will also have been probably the time converted from that swim if she did that at Glenrothes at districts. Sometimes East District will also do some distance events and they pull it either Bathgate or down at Preston Pan, so usually don't do the distance events at the Conwy Pool, it's more the sprints.
So Eva Gordon, Stirling, putting in a good performance so far. So split there, 6:06.65. So do we have the pace in there, Robert?
Yeah, she's gone off pretty steadily, 70, sort of 74.5, 75, 74.5. That was a 73.5. So she's certainly picked the pace up. Looking at something sub 9:40 here. Sorry, sub 9:50.
Yeah, that'd be a very strong swim. So 9:56 entry, 9:56.40 for Eva. Quickest entry is actually Lucy Atherton, 9:58.3.
I've got to rewind here, Stuart. There's two Eva Gordons. There are 12-year-old Eva Gordon. When I see the cap, I've gone out the box here. It's the Stirling swimmer, Eva Gordon. Yep. It's the City of Glasgow. It's 12-year-old to Mr. Swim, but if I would think that she'll be swimming this afternoon when we do the 800s for the younger girls. So
let's hope so.
My apologies to everyone in Stirling, but
to both Eva Gordons and their parents.
Yeah.
It happens. It's not often we get the same name. There's a couple of Adam Scotts, isn't there?
There are, and 116 and 117. One swims from Ren 96, and that's the younger one. And the 70-year-old Adam Scott swims for City of Glasgow. And it's very confusing when they're both side by side at district events in the same heat.
So even dropped her pace back down again that last 100, back down to 1:15.31. She has got a wee gap there, if she can maintain it.
Okay, so we're getting a 400 IM swim off, Robert, start of the next session.
Yeah, so good on the two boys, wanted to have a wee go at another swim, and probably quite sensibly we'll get a break, have their lunch and come back, and that's a nice wee taster to get us underway for the afternoon session.
Absolutely. Can I predict something, Robert? I predict one of them will get a time that would have made the final.
I'm sure you're right.
Yes, as tends to happen. And then we come to the bell here. Eva Gordon, it's been a strong swim throughout, and she's still going well here. 4 seconds ahead now of Rosie Foster. So Eva Gordon, our Stirling swimmer, 16-year-old, looking good here. And outsider Rosie Foster, she's well clear of third place. Third place at the moment is Madeline Pattison in lane 0. So that's our 1, 2, 3 just now. Eva Gordon has really taken this on and knew what her plan was right from the start of this, and has stuck to it, and she's looking good. I don't think she'll be caught. Good. Coming up to 25 metres to go. Eva Gordon's still looking very strong, and this is a very late charge here from Rosie Foster on her outside. Eva Gordon looking very good. Madeline Pattison having a right battle here with Alice Perry for third position, but Eva Gordon, she takes this in a time of 8:49.05. Great time there from Eva. So about 7 seconds off entry. Rosie Foster 9:53.14. Alice Perry took the third place in that battle with Madeline, 9:56.07. Madeline Pattison just 9:56.78, so not far behind there. And our final swimmers just coming in here to complete the race.
I'm going to do my open water advertising again here. Eva Gordon, she's our West District Open champion. I hope we'll see Eva doing some open water again this year. East District have theirs on the 4th of June, Sunday the 4th of June. That'll go over in Fife. Midlands, which is also the qualifier for the British, on the 25th of June, Sunday. West District, Saturday 29th of July at Lochvenacher over near Callander. The Scottish National weekend is the 12th and 13th of October, sorry, not October, August, and the 2nd of September, Saturday, is the North District. So
great stuff.
we had Lucy Atherton in that last heat. She's done some open water. It would be lovely to see Lucy back doing open water again, and I'd love to see some new people attempting that. It's good fun.
Any decent announcers at that, Robert?
There are, yeah.
I know that you're a regular at the open water meets as well, and there's a different kind of thing, isn't it? You're swimming in choppy water, and there's no turns and things like that.
It's not so much choppy. It's it's a different environment altogether, and different tactics come into it as well. And it's really an enjoyable day out. A lot of relaxing, not the pressure that is on the swimmers that you sometimes get when they compete at these type of events. It's there is pressure, but it's fun. It's a good day out. A family comes along. You get the barbecues, and if you get the good weather, you can't beat a good day out watching the open water swimming.
Yeah, fantastic.
So please think about it, go on the web pages, have a look at it, and see if you've got a free weekend. In fact, see if you've got 5 different free weekends, and stick them in your diary.
Any swimmers to watch, particularly in the open water, Robert?
Well, certainly a lot of the geary swimmers do a lot. James Bodie, Oscar Chirnside, Ben McLaughlin, the boys. Certainly the girls, the 2 Gordon girls, Cara and Eva, do pretty well, and Chloe and Katie Barron from Midlothian have done some in the past.
Katie Taylor, she's pretty good.
She was. I don't know whether she'll be back this year. I'd love her to dip her toe back into the water. We desperately need some of our older swimmers back in the water. I'd love to see Katie back doing some open water this year, but you never know.
Keep an eye on that. So back in the pool here, good split there, 107.33 over the first 100. India Marshall in the lead, and that's a good 2.5 faster than the previous heat.
So in lane 0 we've got Alia Cochrane from City Glasgow, 1 Erin Curry from Ithen, 2 Maria Howe from University of Aberdeen Performance, 3 Alice Rosal from Portsmouth, 4 Georgia Dickey Dumfries, 5 Jessica Heaps Falthouse Penguins, 6 Victoria Niven City Glasgow, 7 India Marshall East Lothian Swim Team, 8 Lexine McCappin from First, and 9 is Isabel Beardley Blackpool Aquatics.
So pacing around about the 113 mark, so about a second quicker roughly than it was per 100 in the first heat from India Marshall. So from East Lothian, and that black cap over there in lane 7. There's not a massive amount between the top 4 or 5 swimmers. India Marshall, Alice Rosal, Lexi McCappin, Jessica Heaps, Georgia Dickey, all close together. And we'll see what the tactics are with the swimmers as this progresses. Just outside India, Lexi McCappin, the first swimmer, who's just sticking to it. Over in lane 3 as well, Alice Rousel, the Portsmouth swimmer, going strongly as we come up to the 300 metre mark. So split there, 3:34.79, around about 13.5 seconds over that previous 100. So a fairly steady pace just now at the front.
It's dropped a little bit there, that last one. to 74 and a third. They want to really try and pick it up a wee bit here, Stuart. Certainly India Marshall, her entry time 9:45. She's pacing about that time. The rest of the field have really got to, certainly in the middle lanes, they've got to try and pick it up to get close to their entry times. Georgia Dickey, the winner of the 1500, at the moment is only 5th. She will finish the race pretty strongly, I'm sure, but she's really got to get going now as we're getting towards the halfway mark.
You'd expect Georgia to pick up the pace. She is a 9:33 entry. We've got a couple of other 16-year-old swimmers she's got to contend with, and then there's the final heat as well, so she'll be wanting to try and get onto that podium. But yeah, they're still definitely in touch, the middle lanes, Georgia Dickey, Jessica Heaps.
Well, the pace is not really all that fast, Stuart. We're pretty close to 9:50. That was a 75.
Yeah, the pace has dropped about a second from the previous 100. You wonder if the pace is affected by the swimmers round about, or if they just stick to their own race plans, because if they collectively drop the pace slightly, maybe they don't notice as much. But Alice Rousseau now nipped into the lead here in lane 3. So Alice is up from Portsmouth for snags.
4th at the Hampshire Championships. And, good to see some of the Scots based down south coming up. Most welcome to see them coming and swimming at our championships.
Yeah, indeed. And pretty tough entry times for the non-Scots, so it's always an achievement just to make the Scottish Nationals. So Alice Rousseau 6:03.45 at the 500 metre mark.
She's picked it up a wee bit here, 74, so we're in the sort of mid 940s territory. If she can just pick this up a wee bit more, as I say, Jessica Heaps in 5, Georgia Dickey in 4, within striking distance over on that far side. Lexi McCappin still going pretty well along with India Marshall, but nobody's really put in much of a spurt other than our leader.
Yep, Alice is the only one that's kind of made a move really to up the pace, but looks like that pace is levelling out slightly in that last split there. So she's sort of nipped in front and just stayed there, not opened up much more water. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in these middle lanes. We expect Georgia Dickey to be making a move at some point in lane 4. But she is sitting in 5th place in this heat at the moment.
Well, there are a few 16-year-olds to come in the next heat, so you would have thought that Georgia would have tried if she could to push on, but they're not machines.
Yeah, it's a long old week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of events, and it's sometimes with other mates you're focusing on that one event and you can give it everything. You're spreading yourself across various events, then keeping that standard going is very tough.
And to be fair to Georgia, she has been doing a lot of events over the course of the first 3 days. Maybe just taking its toll this morning.
But yeah, Alice again maybe just moving up the pace a wee bit here.
Look for Jessica Heaps with a late charge. Another one that does open water, by the way. So she'll relish the last couple of 100 metres. Falthouse Penguin swimmer.
Stamina shouldn't be an issue with Jessica then. Yeah, she is moving up now. Look at Jessica.
You can see Tom Seaveright giving her plenty of welly coming down just above that Sports Scotland banner halfway down the pool.
Yeah, Jessica coming up to the bell here is starting to make a move to the front here. So Jessica, 17-year-old from Falthouse Penguins, but still just in the lead there is Alice Rowe, and she's competing in the same age category as Jessica, so they are going head to head on this.
We've got might have a race in our hands here. There's about a second and a half between the two. Tom Seaverite will be giving Jessica plenty of encouragement over that far side. Lexi McCappin is a wee bit further back, but Alice looks as though she's just pulling that wee bit extra out again.
She is, yeah. She seems to be just moving these legs, a wee bit more.
36.35, 36.89. Well, she's gained half a second, and that's probably one of the race, I think.
Yep. There's a wee late charge coming on though by Jessica Heaps. I think she's going to run out of pool, but she's giving this a good go. And she's possibly made up a little bit on this final 50, but I don't know if she's going to catch.
Don't think she's going to catch.
It could come right to the wire.
No, she just run out. As you said, just run out of water, but cracking swim, coming
finish.
back in a 33.65.
16 lengths in the rule to come down to 0.18 is
Well,
remarkable.
no doubt she'll be told you should have swum that differently, Jessica, by our coach. But nevertheless, good swim from Alice as well.
Very closely followed by Lexi McCappin, 9:44.87, so 0.02 of a difference in an 800 metre freestyle.
Fine, thanks Stuart. So moving on to our third and final heat here. It is Cara Gordon in 0, Stirling Swim 1, Catherine Renfrew Per City, 2 Tegan Black East Lothian, 3 Amy Shields City Glasgow, 4 Phoebe Arbuckle on the Bass, 5 Natasha Simpson more on the Bass, Susan McNair Stirling Swim, 7 Coco Crocs for Stirling Swim, 8 Stella McCarty City Glasgow, 9 Caris Mooney City of Glasgow. And this should be an interesting one, Robert. Fancy Phoebe Arbuckle here on time.
Yeah,
it could go one of a few ways.
Yeah, certainly Phoebe Arbuckle will be strongly fancied to take this one. Only 15. Nice to see one or two swimmers coming through doing some distance freestyle. We've been lacking for a number of years. Getting not just in the girls but in the boys, swimmers with a bit of talent. People like Meg Finnan from a few years back, great on freestyle. Angus Barrow, so both those swimmers from South Lanarkshire, Eastcote Bride Club. We've not had much since then. Of course, we've had Stuart Milne, who's been literally doing everything from about 100 to 200.
That'll be Stephen Milne, Robert, is it?
Stephen Milne, yes.
It's because I'm Stuart, that's what it is.
Stephen Milne says. Yeah, Stephen Milne.
Stephen, very strong swimmer. He's, I believe, the Scottish record holder on 800 and 1500. Yep.
We're crying out for more and more to do this these distance events. No swim, Stella McCarty decided to give this one a miss, maybe concentrate on butterfly later. So we'll run through the 9 remaining swimmers in 0. Oh, you've done that, haven't you, Stuart?
I have. If you want to do it again for emphasis, that's fine. But yeah, good start with Tegan Black. But yeah, it's going to be fairly tight. Phoebe Arbuckle, Natasha Simpson, very similar entry times. Of course, Phoebe is a 15-year-old, so she's really dominating that age group at the moment. Natasha Simpson, 18. And we've also got Susie McNair, who, well, Susie's just you can't write her off in any event, can you?
Not really. Kind of like Phoebe, still a baby at 16.
Yep.
Not just youngsters.
Coco Croxford as well, 15-year-old. So she's strong across many events. But yep.
And also great to have Amy Shields doing this.
So at the front, top 3, lanes 2 and 4 and 7. So Tegan Black, Phoebe Arbuckle, Coco Croxford. So it's Tegan Black, then Coco, then Phoebe. Only less than a second, half a second between these 3.
I just need to correct myself. It was meant to be Amy Shields going in 3, but Hannah Edmondson, City Glasgow, has come here and gets a swim.
Anna Edmondson, okay.
Yeah, she's a bit further back in lane 3 because her entry time obviously a lot slower, and you know, it's not her fault that there was an empty lane in the very fastest heat, and she's got an entry time of 9:56.26. All the swimmers in this one on paper the best part of half a second. The slowest swimmers are half a second faster than Hannah, so we'll wish her well, 18-year-old.
Yeah, she'll have to concentrate on her own race here, not be distracted too much by other swimmers who on paper anyway will be well ahead, and it's it's a tough old slog as well, the 800. In some ways just as hard as the 15 because you've got to go a quicker pace over a very long distance. So Phoebe Arbuckle again, Phoebe who took gold in the 1500 free, looking very strong in the moment in the 800.
Yeah, we'll just have to. There's races within races, as you say, in this one, Stuart. Susan McNair, 16-year-old. Catherine Renfrew, 16-year-old. Tegan Black, 16-year-old. So, whereas you think that Phoebe Arbuckle, 15, has really just got Cobra Croxford, another 15-year-old in this one to beat, and she's well clear, as we suspected.
Yep, going very well over there in lane 7, Coco, and she's opened up a good bit of water as well between her and the rest. But yeah, Phoebe Arbuckle, Coco Croxford, 1 and 2 at the moment. So yep, Phoebe 15, Coco 15. So maybe Coco's got her eye on Phoebe here, just she's breathing that way, so well, she has every second time anyway with a head turn, so you should be able to see her across the pool.
I keep saying that don't, especially with the girls, don't get too discouraged if you get to sort of 14, 15 and you know your times are whatever they are, and then you're expecting to drop a few more seconds and a few more seconds off year after year. It might not happen instantly, and sometimes it can take you 4 years or more to actually break that psychological barrier. And from experience, I've seen myself with family members where get under 9 minutes, and it's taken them 5 years to get under that mark, and you know, it is a big barrier, but stick with it, just keep going on, and hopefully it will work out for you.
Yeah, it can happen even across the distances, even the short events. It can happen. They
Indeed.
plateau, go backwards for quite a long time, and then stick at it, and you will get back to where you were. All different swimmers tend to sort of hit that peak at different times, don't they?
They do. They do.
And some very early, some a lot later. So you just don't know what's going to happen. Yep.
This is what you might find. The 15-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds will still improve on their distance freestyle, especially, but then it might just hit a block, and they've just got to keep plodding away. It all turns out good, hopefully, in the end.
It's that mental toughness, isn't it?
What
do you think about during these? I mean, I suppose you're tired, so it's a bit like running a marathon.
As you know, your body's going, especially over the longer distances. They've come out and said, I was going really, really well at 1100, and then all of a sudden, you know, my pace, I just couldn't pick anything, and the pace just drops, and you're on for a PB, and all of a sudden you finish 6 or 7 seconds slower than your entry time. It happens, and it happens regularly, and it's hard.
The body just gives up before the mind does.
And it's the toughness that these swimmers have when they compete, and well, great admiration for these swimmers, because they're at it 14, 16 hours a week, up early doors, swim in the evening, and it's hard, and the rewards are great at the end of the day, but you've got to recognise that it's a tough sport.
100% is. It's the hours you put into swimming. I don't think, can hardly think of a sport that you have to put in so many hours in training, even to get to, not even this level, but a half decent standard. So yeah, fair play to all these swimmers. Utmost admiration and respect for every single one of them. Phoebe Arbuckle looking very good here. I mean, Phoebe's entry, Robert, 9:09.6. Do you think she'll come close to that?
She's going to be pretty close to it. I think it's more a question of getting on that podium as Scottish National Age Group champion, which she's going to do. Coco Coxford will accept that, yeah, on paper today I will struggle to beat Phoebe, which is different class on these distance events, but Coco going really, really well in second place, and she's got an entry time of 9:26, so I think Coco will be a little bit inside that, and that's all you can ask for. We're going to probably finish around the 9:11 mark, but I don't think you should be concerned about that. That's a cracking swim nevertheless. Susie McNair has now gone into third, so she's looking good to take the gold in the 800, and Natasha Simpson is pretty comfortable. Catherine Renfrew looks good potentially for second, but Tegan Black might have something to say about that one in the 16-year-old category. We'll look for that in lanes 1 and 2. But coming down towards the final stretch, there you can see, just in your caption, Catherine Renfrew in the red cap has probably pulled it clear now and will get silver in the 16-year-old. That's Anna Edmondson there. But Phoebe Arbuckle, very, very good swim from the Wander girl. Coco Coxford you can see in the far side, but well done to Phoebe Arbuckle. Just a second or two over her entry time, and that's a great swim. 9:13, 9:12, 9:13. Coco Coxford, an absolutely fantastic swim for her. 9:17.54. Phoebe's time 9:12.75. Good, almost 10-second improvement for Coco.
Yeah, she's edging towards Phoebe in that category.
Yeah. Susie McNair, our Stirling teammate in the 16-year-old category, 9:25.64. Just a little bit slower in her entry time, but she's been doing a lot of swimming over the last few days, so she'll take gold in the 16-year-old category. Natasha Simpson, well, a lot slower than maybe Natasha wanted, but nevertheless she's going to finish top in the 17-18-year-old category. Catherine Renfrew and Tegan Black, I think, will be second, third in the 16-year-old category. And Cara Gordon, another Stirling swimmer who does the open water, as I mentioned earlier. I think she potentially will be the runner. She'll be the runner-up, I think, in the older category. And well done to Hannah Edmondson completing her race.
Yeah, we'll see these girls up on the podium shortly.
Yeah.
Before, so after the relays. So
just confirm those 1, 2, 3s, Stuart.
Yep.
We've got them. As we suspected, Phoebe and Coco 1 and 2, but the third swimmer, Alice Perry from Warner Bass, just by 71 hundredths from Madeline Patterson, takes the bronze medal. In the 16-year-old category, it's Natasha Simpson, Cara Gordon, Alice Rosal. Sorry, in the 17-year-old, Natasha Simpson, Cara Gordon, Alice Rosal, and the 16-year-olds, as we suspected, Susie McNair, Catherine Renfrew and Tegan Black.
Great stuff. So on to our boys 4x100 freestyle relay. So in lane 0, Aberdeen Dolphin, 1 City of Glasgow, 2 Wander Bass, 3 University of Aberdeen Performance, 4 University of Stirling, 5 City of Glasgow A, 6 East Lothian, 7 Aberdeen Performance B, 8 Stirling Swim A, South Lanarkshire A and 9. So it's pretty close at the moment. It is the City of Glasgow A team, Rory McKinnon in the lead at the moment over lane 0 here, Finlay Club from Aberdeen Dolphin. So
just the one heats of this, Stuart. So it's going to be medals for the 1, 2, 3 in this one.
Okay. So it's looking good here for City of Glasgow 8 as he hands over. Rooney McKinnon hands over to Aidan Kay. So Aidan Kay, a strong start there next to Aidan. In lane 4 is University of Stirling's Charlie Poole, and he's making up some ground here as he goes along the first 50. Also going well still in 0, Aberdeen Dolphin, and going well in lane 3, University of Aberdeen Performance, Jamie Ferguson. So pretty close in the top 4 teams at the moment, Robert.
Yeah, as I said, Jamie Ferguson, I did mention him earlier. I didn't realise he was going to be swimming in the relays. Of course, he's 17 over. This is the only time where 19 plus swimmers can swim, because it is a qualifier for the British later in the year. But University of Aberdeen have come through. Greg Fairbairn will go in for them. City Glasgow will have Michael Flynn, and Aberdeen Performance will have Matthew Brown. That's the leading 3.
There's a great charge by University of Stirling there just before the takeover. Yeah. So Greg Fairbairn now taking on that one, and he's looking very good here. Has he lost his cap, or didn't have it on?
East Lothian coming through very strongly. Callum Peebles in lane 6 to get into the mix. This East Lothian team only 17 and 18 year olds, so they don't have the advantage of pulling some older guys.
It's a black cap, that's what it is, full mate. But looking very strong here is University of Stirling, Greg Fairbairn 2, City of Glasgow 8 still. Bit of a battle for 3 between Aberdeen Performance and East Lothian, and they're really close coming to the final leg here, but it will be Stirling, Glasgow, and third place, let's see, it is just by a fraction East Lothian, who have moved now into third place.
Look for Stefan Kravitz taking this and getting us, potentially maybe getting us bronze, but you never know. On the Bass, Brodie Gordon Gibson is certainly motoring as well, but as I say, Stuart, it's Stirling and City Glasgow.
Henry Baker looking strong there for Stirling over that first 50. City Glasgow, Lewis Lawler. So that's our 1-2. As you say, Stefan Kravitz has moved into a clear third. It's a bit of a battle though. Back in lane 2 from Warren de Bass. Brodie Gordon Gibson is giving this a go. But University of Stirling now clear winners in this relay. And great swim there. City Glasgow just touch out East Lothian there for second and third place. So that was the first and final heat of this event, as Robert said. So that'll be our medalists on the podium.
Indeed,
great finish there, Robert.
Good race, and the boys from East Lothian being the boys from Warder for that bronze medal. They did have Finn Bremner, who's 19 in that team. So we move on to the same equivalent, but we've got 4 heats.
Yeah, the 14-year-olds, 14 to 16 I should say. Yep. Just 3 teams in the first heat.
Yeah, they've combined this into
yep.
We've now combined this into 3 heats. It was originally 4 from this morning, but we've had some withdrawals. So it's 3 heats: Heart of Midlothian, Montefief, East Lothian, Step Rock, Aberdeen Performance, Swim West Lothian, Inverclyde, City Glasgow, Stirling Swimming, and first B team, Stirling B team, University of Aberdeen Performance B team, and East Lothian B team, and City of Glasgow C team.
So there's a lot of depth at Glasgow. 3 teams in this event.
So points are available in this one for the teams, top 10, like those 3 teams. So a good strong start in lane 5. Swim West Lothian taking it out. Over in lane 8, Stirling, their B team, and in lane 2. East Lothian B team, Hearts of Jerry Brzezinski, Montefiore Carl Simpson, East Lothian Ethan Mulligan, Fraser Stewart for Step Rock, Aberdeen Performance Greg Simpson, Swim West Lothian Kel Muirhead, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde, City Glasgow C, Michael Winship, Callum Trainer for Stirling B, and first have Samuel Beetham.
Great start from West Lothian. So West v East Lothian, 1 and 2, but West Lothian in 5 will be first going to the second leg. So the second swimmer for West is Daniel Boyne, and he had a great start there. Well, the East Lothian swimmer who takes over here is Lewis Lothian, so appropriate name, Lewis Lothian for East Lothian, and heat leg 2 I should say.
Other swimmers, Nicodeme Trojan for Hearts, Ross Hutchison, Montefiore, Steprock, Finch Geary, Aberdeen Performance, Matthew Plack, Inverclyde, Kerr Melrose, City Glasgow C, Jude Bowdray, Fraser Van den Molen for Stirling, and for first, Aidan McCavish.
West Lothian gaining a bit of second there over the first part of that. Daniel Boyne looking good. East Lothian still in a secure second at the moment, and it's really close for third place there between University of Aberdeen and Stirling Swim. But oh, look at that finish there in lane 2 by East Lothian, but they have actually moved into the lead now, so that was a cracking finish there in that leg from East Lothian by Lewis Lothian, and now over to Harvey Orr, and for West Lothian it's Daniel Hay.
Hearts have Alessandro De Bella, Montefiore Lewis Brander, East Lothian, Steprock Rowan Geary, Aberdeen Performance George Hodgkinson, Inverclyde Cameron Beck, City Glasgow Kerr Connolly, Adam Hill for Stirling, and Fraser Gemmell for first.
So still just in the lead here, East Lothian's Harvey Orr, and he's just hanging on to that, and West Lothian's Daniel Hay trying to come back at him here, but these two teams now well clear of the rest, so it's East Lothian v West Lothian, and over there in lane 8 Stirling Swim are looking good for third at the moment, but we'll find out who gets to this line first for into the final leg. It is West Lothian, then East Lothian. So West Lothian here have Callum Sinclair in the final leg, East Lothian have Alex Taylor, so it's a great start there.
Hearts Ryan McLaughlin, Liam Gozinski for Montefiore, Steprock Sam Cool, Aberdeen Performance, Logan Scally, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde, City Glasgow Kyle Mossman, Jason Dixon Stirling, and first have Keir Campbell.
West Lothian looking good though, opened up a wee bit more water there, Cam Sinclair, and Alex Taylor in second place, so Cam Sinclair, Alex Taylor, and then over in the far side, Stirling Swim. The swimmer we have for Stirling, can't see who it is at the moment, I'll confirm that shortly, but the cracking finish here from West Lothian in 5 to take that one. So West Lothian take that relay heat, and second place East. Oh, what a finish there in lane 1 by Montefiore. Storming finish there by Liam Gorzinski, come right through to take third spot in that heat. Exciting there, Robert.
Yeah, very exciting finish, and good to see the Swimmers Lothian team doing very well, taking best part of 12 seconds off that entry time for them, 4:06:31, and Montefiore also take a few seconds off their entry time in third place. East Lothian their B team performing very well in second. Well done, fellas. Scotia, Martin Watchhorn, Dundee City Aquatics, Corey Phillip, Geary, James Bodie, Highland Swim Team, Tom Armitage, Dumfries, Finlay Nelson, Wren with Adam Scott, Carnegie with Jaden Chan, South Lanarkshire, Thomas Trainer, City Glasgow B, David Landman, and first with Nathan Finlay.
What's the favourites going into this one? Dumfries. Should be a good race again.
I think the boys from Wren might give them a wee race.
Yeah, very good start there over in lane 8. City of Glasgow's David Landman from the City of Glasgow B team. but also in the middle lanes here. In 4, Dumfries, Finlay Nelson. 5, Adam Scott, Ren 96. So these boys locked together over the first half of their leg, and it does look as if it is Ren 96, Adam Scott, just a fraction ahead of Finlay Nelson from Dumfries. Carnegie in 3rd now, in 6th. Jaden Chan from Carnegie.
I'd never discount South Lanarkshire though.
Yeah, it could be an interesting one here as we progress through the different swimmers.
I'm not surprised to see Adam Scott give Ren 96 a good start.
Good start.
Running through the second swimmers: Scotia, Jimmy Lynn, Dundee, Dylan McPhail, Hayden Pritchard for Geary, Highland, Sean Kahn, Dumfries, Rudy Webster, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96, Carnegie, Lewis Muir, South Lanarkshire, Callum Ferguson, City Glasgow, Callum McLaughlin, Jake Ferguson for first.
Look at Geary coming right into the picture now. Hayden Pritchard. And second, lane 2, quite near the camera here. So they're moving up in 3rd place, but Ren 96 and Dumfries battling out for first position at the moment. Ren 96 just a fraction ahead. Is that Tom Jeffords in this leg for Ren 96? Rudy Webster from Dumfries. And really good turn there from Tom Jeffords. But Rudy Webster now moving ahead. So it's Dumfries, Ren 96, Geary coming through strong in lane 6, Carnegie. So Carnegie are not out of the picture by any means, they're still well in contention.
And handing over Scotia, Dwavia Singh, Dundee's Kane Buchanan, Geary, Oscar Churnside, Highland, Lachlan Bremner, Dumfries, Rhys Edwards, Magnus Morris for Ren, Carnegie, Nathan Wilson, South Lanarkshire, Dean Bergatti, City Glasgow, Joe Carty and Cameron Gill for first.
So it looks like Dumfries versus Ren 96 here in the middle.
So looks that way.
Yep, Luke Scott for Dumfries, Ren 96 Harry Keogh. And look at that, locked right together as they come down the final stretch. Dumfries, Ren 96, this could go either way. It looks as if possibly Ren 96, Harry Keogh's got a wee bit more energy, but we'll see how that pans out. So Harry Keogh versus Luke Scott. But yep, looking good here, and it is Ren 96.
So final leg: Jack Douglas and Simpson, Scotia, Dundee, Ewan Weir, Nathan Geary, Highland, Callum Stewart, Luke Scott for Dumfries, Carrie Keogh, Ren, Carnegie, Calder Murphy, Ewan Mitchell, South Lanarkshire, City Glasgow, Royce Gringellis and Rory Calvert for first.
So I beg your pardon, that was Magnus Morris for Ren and Rhys Edwards from Dumfries that handed over to Luke Scott and Harry Keogh, and that's the final 2 swimmers now. So it is Ren 96 ahead. It's Harry Keogh into the final turn, and he's racing against Luke Scott from Dumfries, and Harry Keogh looking good here in lane 5 and just now moving possibly a body length ahead. We'll see if there's any fight back from Dumfries. Luke Scott coming into the final stretch, and he is fighting back here, and he is moving up, and Luke Scott's putting in a real challenge here towards the finish for Dumfries. It is Dumfries now moving up on Ren 96, Luke Scott moving up on Harry Keogh, but I think Harry Keogh and Ren 96, so hold on. And Ren 96 take it.
Well done lads, cracking race for both those teams. 3:47.66, 3:48.22 and a Highland swim team. Well done fellas, you've got yourselves into 3rd, and that might get you some points.
Cracking final leg there from Callum Stewart and Highland. Great finish there to move into 3rd ahead of Geary. Exhausted after that, still one to go.
Well, the Wonder Baths B team go in 0, South Ayrshire in 1, that's Conor Mitchell, Lewis Gibson for them. Aberdeen Performance in 2, Lucas Johnson. The Aberdeen Dolphins in 3, Anna Prusik. Perth in 4, Kenzie McLean. Wonder A team in 5, Rory Stobie. East Lothians A, Ross Anderton. City Glasgow A, Kai Connolly. Stirling's A with Logan van der Mullen. And Mulgai Bearsden, Carl MacArthur. Wonder will, with their A team, be able to score, but their B team won't. So it will have given the Wren boys at least no worse than 10th, so double that. So it's a couple of points for Wren. You never know what will happen in this one.
Yep, it's
Dumfries might get some points if some of these teams go a bit slower, or we even have the horrible DQs.
That's right. And look out as well, lane 4 Per City here. They're going to be very strong in this relay. Yeah, it's off the blocks there. It is Wanda Bass, Rory Stobie looking very strong. Outside him, Ross Anderton,
Logan
and look at that in lane 8 for Stirling. Logan van der Meulen. So it is Logan van der Meulen from Stirling taking out the fastest there. So Stirling Swim, Wanda Bass, and Guy Bearsden are 1, 2, 3. And really strong there from lane 8 there. Logan van der Meulen, really strong start there. And it's right across the middle lanes for second. Also going well in lane 2, University of Aberdeen Performance. But it is Stirling Swim, Logan van der Meulen over to Lewis Husson.
So our second swimmers, Dylan Mitchell, Wander B, South Ayrshire, Benji Jeffries, Aberdeen Performance, Dan Hall, Callum Gold for Aberdeen Dolphins, Perth, Jensen Norris, Wander, James Burnett, East Lothian, Declan Kay, City Glasgow, Marcus Blake, Stirling with Lewis Husson, and Mulgran Bearsden, Kate McLaughlin.
Storming start here from Jensen Norris, Per City, and he's now moved up just about into the lead over over Lewis Husson for Stirling Swim. Per City just fraction behind Stirling there, but I think he's moving up now. So Per City's Jensen Norris moving into the lead. Also going well outside him, James Burnett for Wanda Bass. I think they'll be in second place. So Perth, Warrender and Stirling 1, 2, 3 at the halfway point.
Dylan Mitchell for Wander B, South Ayrshire, Robbie Boyd for Wander, Fraser Curry, South Ayrshire, Karen Hastings, Aberdeen Performance, Dolphins with Conor Christopherson, Cam Mackenzie, Perth, Mano Drysdale, Wander, East Lothian, Conor Aspinall, City Glasgow, Gregor Ross, Stirling, Alex Stitch, and Mulgran Bearsden, Fraser Donaldson.
So Perth's Cal Mackenzie, Wander's Mano Drysdale having a right battle here at the front. And it is still Perth in the lead. They're actually slightly not quite as quick as Wander there over that previous 50. Mano Drysdale making up a wee bit of ground there, and he's now moving up, and it's still Perth. Oh, now drawn level. It's the two red caps at the front of Perth and Warrender, and they are right level now with Warrender just edging into the lead. So Mano Drysdale will hand over to Harry Sharp for the final leg. Perth, Cal Mackenzie will hand over to Evan Davidson. And that's the two at the front.
Ishmael Shelby for the B team, Wander, South Ayrshire, Adam Thompson, Greg Hall, University of Aberdeen, Dolphins with Dean Fern, Zach Slater, East Lothian, Finlay Chang, City Glasgow, Stirling, Lachlan Small, and Ben King for Mulgran Bearsden. Well, it's the two red caps, Stuart.
Oh, two red caps right in the middle.
Money's on Perth here.
Yeah, well, Perth are looking good. Maybe just a fraction in front now. Harry Sharp, just a wee bit behind Evan Davidson as they turn. And it is Perth, not by much, a fraction of a second here.
Great turn.
Oh, what a turn there in lane 4 by Evan Davidson, and he's now moved clear into the lead. Evan Davidson ahead of Harry Sharp, and that will be a 1-2.
Dolphins looking good for bronze.
Yeah, they are. Not a cracking leg here from Dolphins, and Dolphin swimmer is Dean Fern. And coming through to finish here, it will be Perth City who win, and Perth take it. Warrender second. And just at the finish here, there's a late charge over of East Lothian, but Aberdeen Dolphin hold on. So that is a 1, 2, 3, an exciting relay to finish off the session.
Now, just quickly, when those times come up, Stuart, the first three home, 1, 2, 3. But would you believe that from the previous heat, once we get that through, the Wren boys finish 4th.
Oh, do they? Wow.
So that's 7 points, doubled 14. That will keep them in a sort of top 20.
Yeah, that's.
They're doing really well, the boys from Wren. And Dumfries, I think finish about 6. So they're doing pretty well. Those Dumfries in the top 10 at the moment.
Yep, these clubs are really performing well across the various events, and of course these relays really count for points, don't they? You're better to get a relay team in.
Yep.
Even if you've got a relay that you don't fancy, get them in there, get the points.
Perth.
You can.
Perth, I think, just in third with the points after the third day. So finishing that one, getting double points. That's 26 points. There's big difference between that and only getting 9th or 8th, and only getting 4 points or 6 points. So it's
Yeah, that's
very important to see what you can do in all these relays. Or so to say, points for everything up to 14, 16, 11, 13 year olds, but no points for 17 plus. But they get the opportunity to qualify for the British Championship. So, medal presentations. There's Fiona Crawford, our SASA Vice President, who's going to do these presentations. Bronze medalist in the 15-year-old age group category, won the Baths, Alice Perry.
good swim there. Alice.
Our bronze medalist in the 6-year-old age group from East Lothian swim team is Tegan Black. And all the way up from Portsmouth, our bronze medalist in the 17-year-old category, Alice Roswell.
Yeah, well done. Well worth the journey. Pick up a medal at Scottish Nationals.
Silver medalist in the 15-year-old Stirling's Coco Coxford. Our silver medalist in the 6-year-old category from Perth City, Catherine Renfrew. Another podium spot for Perth.
Absolutely.
And silver medal, Cara Gordon, Stirling Swimming, silver medalist in the 17-18-year-old category. And our 50-year-old gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from the Wonder Bass Club, cracking swim from Phoebe Arbuckle. Our 6-year-old age group champion, gold medalist from Stirling Swimming is Susie McNear.
Another gold to collection for Susie.
Yeah, another one. And our gold medalist and Scottish National Age Group champion from Wonder Bass, that 17-18-year-old category, is Natasha Simpson. Well done, Natasha.
Yeah, great swimming.
And get together. Not enough room on that podium for all 9 girls to get there, but they tighten up. And
if you can manage it for the relays, then
yeah,
you can.
They do.
Yeah. Just an extra one body in each.
Yeah.
On each step there. Is that what you call it? A podium step or a podium
no, I don't know if
place?
it's
I don't know.
yeah, podium. Yeah. So that's the medalists just getting presented in the photo shoot. That concludes that one. And then we've got 2 more presentations, Stuart, for the 17 and over. This is the 4x100 freestyle relay that we had about, seems such a long time ago now, about 20 minutes ago.
Yep. It's a cracking race, that one.
Yeah, East Lothian, University of Stirling, and I think it was University of Aberdeen in that order, 3-2-1. As they make their way onto poolside.
17-year-old boys, 400 freestyle relay.
East Lothian team.
And the bronze medal winners from East Lothian A.
So the East Lothian team are Luke Hornsey, Owen Williamson, Callum Peebles, Stephen Kravitz. And other than Owen Williamson, 3 of the lads 17 rather, so they'll all being well be back here to do this again next year.
See them next year.
They just need to add one other person, which potentially will be Zach Slater, who took part in the younger age group. He's the 16-year-old.
I think that was Stefan going off script there with a pink t-shirt, was it? Rather than sticking to the team colours, but that's fine. I'm forgiven for that.
Our silver medalist team from City Glasgow. They have Rory McKinnon, Aidan Kay, Michael Flynn and Louis Lawler.
Yeah. Strong team, City of Glasgow as always, in second place.
Louis Lawler, a member of the Scottish squad, para swimmer, And our Scottish National Age Group champions, and it's that 17 and over category, team from Stirling University, Pierce Greening, Charlie Poole, Greg Fairbairn, and Baker.
Yeah, pulling out the big guns, Stirling. These boys 20 and over.
Yeah.
So take the gold medals. And again, a wee green t-shirt just to stand out there in the pictures. Yep, they've all managed to squeeze on there. Great to see some happy chaps there for the relays. So just a final relay presentation to go, Robert.
Yeah, one more, and then that's us done for the morning. Of course, there'll be presentations this afternoon. We'll have at 800 for the girls this afternoon. I think we've also have 400. I don't know if we've got 400s, but
400 swim off at the start of the session.
And we've got some to look forward to. We'll give you an update on that very shortly. So bronze medal winners in that 14 to 16-year-old boys 100 freestyle. Coming in with a late charge were Aberdeen Dolphins team, Aaron Prusick, Callum Gold, Conor Christopherus, and Dean Fern. Handy having Dean Fern to help bring you home. Well done, lads.
Oh, he looks happy as well. It's good to see that they're all getting a good team medal. It's quite often quite a lonely sport, isn't it, swimming? It's great when you get these relays and be part of that team. Feels as if you're properly part of a team event.
Silver medalists are the boys from Wander. Well done, lads. Rory Stobie, James Burnett, Connor Drysdale, and Harry Sharp.
Yeah.
Well, all these. Very happy with that. And the gold medalists, Scottish National Age Group champions, are the team from Perth City. Kenzie McLean, Jensen Norris, Callum McKenzie, and Evan Davidson.
Yeah, all played their part there. All four of them very strong in that relay.
And Fiona Crawford from fairly close to that neck of the woods doing those presentations. You'll be delighted to see a team from local neck of the woods. So that concludes this morning. We're back. We kick off with a swim off. So please come and join us. Stuart and myself will be back with you. So thanks for being with us for the morning session at Aberdeen Sports Village. And from Stuart and myself, bye bye.
Bye now.